examining the export trends of the country using structured data, okay, including HS code. HS code, which is like harmonized code, harmonized system code, which is used to identify each and every product uniquely. Simple. So we have commodity code, commodity details, region, state, and supplier, quantity. We have pricing, free charges, so which we pay something on the just like taxes, and export mode. So how are we exporting the products or the material? So are we exporting through airways or railway or roadway? So what is the goal? The goal is to identify key export commodities. Okay, key export commodities, top performing region. For suppose we have different types of region. So what do we need to find out? We need to find out. He's explaining us in the first description only. Okay, supplier contribution, who is supplying, and the cost structure. Okay, how the freight charges is influencing. For suppose you know about speed post. Okay, for suppose you want to send it your post or your product to another place within 24 hours, so they charge more. If you have ever sent any product, so in India what happens, we have a speed post. So we go through that speed post, we have like DTDC. So we have DTDC, so we can send the products within 24 hours. So we need to pay a little extra amount for that. So duty charges. So what is duty charges? So the charges are the taxes that we pay to the government. So duty charges depends on the product. For suppose if you are sending electronic product, that is different. And if your product is weighing some kgs, so within 0 to 10 kgs, so it will be some amount. 10 to 20 kgs, it will be some amount. So if more than 50 kgs, it is some amount. And also it depends on the distance of the from source to destination distance. So if it is within 200 kilometers, it is some amount. If it is more than 200 kilometers, it is more than that. So duty charges depends on the weight of the product and the distance between the source and destination, and price. So we have the product to price. Additionally, the project provides insights into export to destination. So from source, from country to export destination, okay, the receiving destination, and transportation efficiencies, and year-on-year growth, enabling data-driven decision making to optimize trade operations and improve profitability. Okay, what client is expecting us? So directly or indirectly, he said that we want to find out top performing regions. Who is the supplier? Supplier contribution. What is the cost structure? Okay, and he wants to know about year-on-year growth. So we have, for suppose if we have 3 years of data, 2023, 24, 25. So we need to know about the year-on-year growth. What was the last year's sales and what is this year's? Are we making profits? Do we have any increase? So for suppose, for example, last year's sales were like $1 million. What is this year's sales? Is it less than that or greater than that? If it is greater than that, what is the reason? Okay, we need to find all this information. So he explained everything. The client explained everything in the project description. And again, we have column description. In general, we get it in Excel about the column description. For our understanding, I just put it in the documentation. So what do we have? First column description is HS code. Okay, harmonized system code. What is harmonized system code? So a standardized code used internationally to classify traded goods. Whatever the products that we are sending or receiving, exporting and importing, each and every product will have HS codes. What is HS code? Harmonized system code. And what is the purpose? Identify the type of goods being exported for duty or tariff calculation and trade analysis. So if for suppose we are sending a product or we are exporting the product, for that product, we will have some duty charges or tariff calculation and trade analysis. So for this product, 10 kgs we have sent. So we've paid some amount on the 10 kgs. So what is that amount? So we are sending this product through railway, the charges are this much. Through airway, the charges are some amount. Through roadway, the charges are some amount. If we are sending through the railway, the charges are lower. But the only thing is that the product takes 1 month to reach the destination. Okay, that is the drawback. So we need to figure it out. So commodity code. So what do we have in the commodity code? A code that categorizes the specific goods being exported. Okay, what is that? The code that categorizes specific goods being exported. So for suppose we have the group of codes. For suppose if I take the what do you say the dairy product. Okay, what does we get it in dairy product? The milk, curd, butter, cheese, all these fall under dairy product. So dairy product will have one commodity code. Okay, that is the commodity and state code. So each and every state in our country exports some products. Okay, if you take Assam, Assam is the largest producer of tea and coffee. If you take West Bengal, West Bengal is the largest producer of rice. If you take what do you say the south, Karnataka, so it is also Karnataka, Kerala. So it is also largest producer of tea, coffee, and spices. Okay, so like that. So which state is producing what, and which state is exporting the products more? Okay, represent the state from which goods are being exported. Analyze the state-wise export trends and identify top contributing supplier. So why we use state code? So we can analyze the data by the state also. So which state is producing more and how much are we getting from the each state? And supplier code. So for suppose we have the Kerala, for example, Kerala. So one Kerala is producing. Kerala is also one of the largest producers of spices. Sorry, okay, spices, tea, coffee plantation. There are a lot of tea, coffee plantation, but they can't directly send that tea, coffee. The farmer cannot send that tea, coffee directly to the owner or what do you say to the vendor. There must be a supplier. So what do? They collect all the products, tea, coffee, and they give it to supplier. So here, if you take, we have a supplier code, a unique identifier for the supplier of goods. Okay, for suppose if you take any example. So let me take one example. For example, we have what do you say the tea, the tea with the tons of tea powder, it is supplied to the vendor. Okay, it is supplied to the vendor or the distributor. I can simply say the distributor pays some amount to the farmers. Okay, then they make the product, the raw material of the tea powder is made into the finished goods, which is some Tata tea or Three Roses or some other thing, and they give it to the end user. Okay, this is also supplier code. Now, exported month. So which month are we exporting? Okay, for suppose this is also used for perform time based analysis. Okay, for suppose if you take Canada, for example, Canada. So in Canada, most of the woolen products are sold out because it is a cold place. Okay, if you take Rajasthan, so it is a dry area. So the cool drinks or the some beverages will be cool beverages will be sold out. Okay, like that. Exported month is also important for us. So which month has more what do you say more sales or more products are exported? And in the month of December they do not export, for example, because it's a the prices would be more because most of the people travel on holiday, so they ignore the exports will be ignored in the month of December because most of the people travel to their hometown or to for celebrating the Christmas. So like that, for example. So year is used. Okay, here you see trend, seasonal trend or month over month comparison. So what, how much, how many products or how much uh, tons of products did we sell last month? and did we export last month, and what is this month exports. Okay. Okay. Now we have price. Okay. The price, what is the year on year? Sorry. So year when the goods were exported. The purpose to conduct year over year growth. Okay. What it is? Year over year growth analysis and identify long term trends. For suppose, what was the last year sales and what is this year sales? This is overall data. Okay. This is highest comparison. 2023, 2024, what was the last year sales and what is this year sales? That's it. And the price, we have the price of the goods being exported usually per unit. Okay, what is the price of the product per unit? So what we can get, we can calculate total revenue and profitability. The main thing is that what is the price, we can calculate the total revenue. And we also have quantity, how much volume of the goods are exported. So what it is, what they are saying, measured in specified UOM, which is unit of measure. So what is unit of measure, whether it is a kg, liter, pounds, lbs, drums, gallons. Okay, what kind of a unit of measure? Purpose is to analyze export volume, trends, and capacity. Okay, and also we have region code. What is region code? Code representing the region associated with export. So from the supplier, okay, from the supplier who is exporting to which region has more, which region is making more sales, more revenue, more profit. Okay, so what we can do, region wise analysis of the export performance. So we can also do region wise analysis. And we also have country code. What is country code? Code representing the country to which goods are exported. Okay, so from supplier, under the region we have countries. So we can also analyze country specific trends and market demand. And the next one is exported to code. Okay, how we are exporting? A specific code is identified for destination country or market. Exported to code. The way we have the vendor is giving the product or exporting the product to the end user. Okay, for suppose Tata Steel is producing, but Tata Steel is exporting steel to some other, the one which the other country also take. Okay, so they can't directly, I mean Tata Steel can't directly give it to the end user. Okay, I'm the buyer, I'm constructing the house. Okay, I need some steel for construction of my house. Tata Steel cannot directly give it to the end user, so I need to go to some other vendor. So this vendor is in the exported country. Okay, this vendor is in end country, in destination country. Okay, who is buying that, who is acquiring, I can simply say who is acquiring. So granular level market analysis. So we have a unit of measure, the measurement used for whether it is a liter, kg, metric ton. Okay, standardized to and compare quantities across different products. And we have from currency, for suppose, so each and every country has its own currency. So for suppose we are exporting the product to Europe. Okay, in European countries they pay through some, what do you say, uh, what is the currency, any one of you? Pounds? Not the pounds. Stellar, stellar or pounds. Yeah, we have in Europe, we have some currency. If you are sending it to
Europe, it's pounds, right? I guess
yes,
so.
yes.
It's pounds.
So pounds, what do we need to do? Either we need to convert that pound into dollar or convert that pound into Indian currency. Okay, so we need to from currency and we need to convert into two currency. So this is what. And we also have export mode. Okay, what is export mode? Are we exporting? Are we transport? It is related to the transportation. Are we exporting the products via air, sea, or road? And we need to understand the logistics behind it. So how much efficiency, how much the tax saving? So are we paying more tax on air, or are we paying more tax on sea, or are we paying more tax on road? So we need to give this analysis to the client stating that. So these many products are being sold out, exported through air, and this is what we are paying the tax through air. So that we can send so, and also sea, for suppose for example sea and road, both of them are took 1 month or 1 week to send the products, and both of their taxes little leveraging, little, they are on average. Both sea and road, it took 1 week to export the products, and we are paying, so road we are paying more taxes. Okay, what do? We need to uh, explain the client, stating that both of them are safe. So next time when you are trying to export the products, can you make it through the sea, so that we can save more taxes? Okay, because both of them are same, so it is taking same time to reach the destination. So we need to make some analysis. And freight charges, what is freight charges? This is in percentage. Okay, freight charges is in percentage. Freight charges expressed as a percentage of the total cost. Okay, it is on the price. The freight charges is on the total cost. So we have, what do we have? We have price, quantity. If you want to know about the total revenue, what do we need to know? We have a formula called as price multiplied by quantity, then we get total revenue. Okay, total sales or total revenue. So this free charges is based on the total cost. What is total cost? Price multiplied by quantity. So this free charges is based on the total cost. Analyze transportation cost and their impact on profitability. And material type code. What is material type code? A code categorizing the type of material being exported, whether it is a raw material or finished good. For example, if you have know about that, if you have heard about it, the products are being manufactured in Singapore, but it is assembled in India. Okay, made in Singapore. So we got the raw material from the Singapore for assembling the laptop. Okay, we got the motherboard, we got the battery, we got the other chips. So we got the raw material from Singapore, the laptop material, and it is assembled in India someplace. So everything is being tied up and it is assembled. So whether are we sending raw material or finished goods? So for example, so we have, like, if you send the raw material, the cost would be little lower. So there is, you can get, what do you say, you can have the less taxation on the raw material. If it is a finished good, we need to pay more taxes, because everything is, we will have the some codes to it, QR code. It is a so it is also one of the uh, analysis that we need to find out. Okay, and two currency. So how we are getting? Do we need to come? Do we need to make it into dollar, or do we need to make it into INR? So this is what we have it. So let's see, what do we have? Some little description. Client did not explain all this, but I've just put it into our documentation to make it easily understandable. So freight. What is freight or freight charges? Freight refers to the cost. Okay, understand? Freight refers to the cost incurred for transporting goods from source to destination. Okay, from point of origin to destination. So how are we? Covers the logistical cost of moving goods, including handling and transportation. So for example, you have ordered something from the Amazon. So what do you see when you added the product, and when you are the last step of checking out? If you scroll down and see the final price, you will find the platform fees, shipping charges. Okay, then adding that platform fees as $1 or $2 and shipping charges $5. So this shipping charges goes to the FedEx or UPS or the third party vendor who is delivering the products. In India, it is what do you say, e-cart, e-com, or delivery. So in US, it is UPS or FedEx. I just said top, but there are local vendors also. Okay. So in India, most of the Swiggy, Zomato, Swiggy, what do you say? We have Dunzo, we have Rapido. So a lot of, you can send within moment the product. Okay, that is individual. Okay, individually you can send it. This is through some other way of mode. Okay, what do we have? Free charges. We have air, we have by sea, we have by rail. Okay, free charges, the cost of transportation goods from one location to another location, which include handling and loading and logistic services. We have an example. Who collects it? Freight companies, shipping carriers, or logistic service providers. Okay, example. The cost of the product is 50,000 rupees. Okay, to transport goods via sea from the India to USA. 10,000 for air freight to deliver urgent goods. Okay. So what it is? 50,000 plus 10,000, 60,000 rupees. This is total cost. Okay. The total cost is 60,000 rupees. If you take the profit, or if you take the last end net sales, okay, 50,000 minus 10,000, 40,000 is the net sales. Total cost is 60,000. Do you understand? I said, do you understand? All of you, please. I'll explain you again. Okay. If I say total cost on the above example, it is 50,000 plus 10,000, which is 60,000 is the total cost. 60,000 is the total cost. For suppose we are doing some business, I want to know about the net sales. What do I do? Net sales means after paying the taxes, that is what we get. Okay. 50,000 minus we are sending a product to the customer in USA. Okay, I paid 50,000. 50,000 is the actual cost, and 10,000 is the what do you say, the free charges. 50,000 minus 10,000, it is 40,000 is the net sales. Okay, 40,000 is the net sales. How do we calculate free charges? Okay, how do we calculate? Client will not say all this information. Okay, he says calculate free charges. So we need to understand how do we calculate free charges. You can also Google this. Okay, we get some formula. So total free charges equal to chargeable weight into free trade. So you see example 5,000 kg, free trade is $3 per kilogram. So what we are getting? $15,000. Okay, we need to pay for 5,000 kg. We need to pay $15,000. So here also what do we have? Free charges minus, okay, total sales minus free charges divided by 100. Okay, total sales multiplied by free charges divided by 100. Okay, first we need to calculate the overall free charges. What? Because we have the free charges in percentage. If you want to convert that percentage into number, what do we need to do? We need to divide that by 100 so that we get the number. And we need to multiply with the total sales. Simple example. Let me tell you one simple small example. You will easily understand. Okay. So what do we have? We went to a restaurant. This is what we get. We need to make total cost to company. What is the formula? Total cost to company. It is total sales plus freight charges plus duty charges. So this is total cost to company. Now let's see. What he's expecting, the client is expecting. So in the meeting, he just let us know that. So I would like to see total cost to company, total sales, free charges, duty charges, net sales, year-on-year growth. That is what he explains. And also month-on-month growth. That is what he explains. Behind that, we need to find out how do we calculate. We need to find the formula, or how we need to find the logic. Either he explains the logic, so that I just want to for total cost to company. So it should be like, so it's an addition of free charges, duty charges, total sales. That is what he explains. He doesn't say the formula or the condition. For our simplification, for our understanding, I just simplified. What is total sales? It is price multiplied by quantity. What is free charges? Total sales multiplied by free charges multiplied by 100. So that we get Actually, this is divided by 100. Okay? And duty charges, it is total sales multiplied by duty charges divided by 100 or some. We will see that. We will see that in the practical. So total cost to company, complete one. How much the company is spending on a product to export. It is total sales plus free charges plus duty charges. What is net sales? Okay, total sales minus free charges minus duty charges. This is what we get after uh, excluding, after taking off the free charges and duty charges. This is what the net sales. And what is year on year growth? What is the formula of year on year growth? It is previous year sales minus current year sales divided by previous years, then multiplied by 100. Okay, this is year on year growth. And he's saying key points for developing the query. What he's saying, Namibia NM and Morocco MO should fall under East Africa. What he's saying, Namibia and Morocco should fall under East Africa, build a new hierarchy. So for country, he's saying that build a new hierarchy. And one more thing, exclude gold, iron and steel from the analysis where it falls under mineral category. So you will understand when we see the data. Take currency conversion using exchange rate table. So he's telling that use exchange rate for conversion. And again, round off the price to 2 decimal. For suppose if you get 20.2493, so he's saying that round off to 2 decimal only. And one more thing, replace material type Na, which is not available, with under processing or in progress. So this is what he's explaining, the 4 conditions we need to implement for developing the report. And what he's also saying, please find the below screenshot for data validation. So he gave the total, so sum of price, sum of quantity for 2023. These are all A1, A2, A3 are the commodity codes, and this is the price. For 24 commodity codes, this is the price and this is the quantity. We need to validate these. Okay. We need to validate. Okay. And what he's saying us to fetch in the database. So let me go to database. We will discuss this. So for those who have opted for SQL, we will. So it is available in the insurance DB. Okay. Sorry, international DB. Expand tables. Now you see we have got everything. Okay. Dim calendar, dim commodity, country. So we have everything. If you want to see the data, right click, select top 1000 rows, then we get the information existing in the table. You see, HS code, commodity code, state code, national DB. So we need to go to international export DB, and we have got dbo.export fct exports analysis. So we got the data like this. So we need to find out what do we have in it. But for now, what do? I will go to data files. Okay. And let me open each and every file to see what do we have in the table, in the Excel sheet. So actually what do? We get the query from the SQL. First, we develop the query in the SQL as per his analysis, as per his requirement. Then we pull that query into Power BI and then we go for data visualization. So if you see here, what do we have in here? We have HS code, commodity code, we have state code, supplier code, exported, year, price, quantity, region code, country code. But we do not have the description of the information. We do not have description information exported to code. Only we have the foreign keys. What are the foreign keys? HS code is a foreign key. Commodity code is a foreign key. State code, supplier code, exported to region code, country code, exported to code. These are all foreign keys. We do not have the dimension information. What do? Let me go here again. Open the commodity. We have got commodity code and commodity description. Okay. Let me open this. Where is that? Sorry. Country. So we got country code and country description. What he is saying, NM Morocco. So it should fall under a different uh, region. Okay, different region. That is what he is expecting. And let me open exchange rate. From currency to currency exchange rate. Okay, if you are trying to convert INR to CNY, Chinese, Euros, USD, ZAR is African currency. Okay, and what do we have in here? Exported to. So who are we exporting to? Exported to description. So from supplier, who are we exporting? Okay, and let me open this again. Material type. What is the material type? FIN, finished good. RAW, raw material. CHE, chemical composition. What he is saying? NA should be under processing. What is the document he is saying? NA should be under processing. Okay. Now let me open one more region. APAC, Asia Pacific, MIDE, Middle East, NSA, America, North South America, NSA, AFR, Africa. Okay. So we have region description. State. So we have MH, Maharashtra, Gujarat. So these are all the data. You see, these are all the data, but we have a duplicate in it. TS and Telangana, we have duplicate. We need to handle this. Okay, we need to handle it in Power BI. And what do we have in here? Supplier. Who is the supplier? Okay, Hindustan Unilever. We have all these supplier. Okay, and let me open one more. Transportation. How are we transporting? AR101 airway, seaway, railway. And what is the last one? The last one we already opened, the global export analysis data. So this is what we have it in the query. But if we want to use it as the query, okay, what do we need to do? We need to get this query into Power BI. How do we get this query? So we have built the query. We need to build the query. How do we need to build the query? Let me show that query to you so that you will get some idea. Okay. So we need to get the FTHS code, commodity code, region code, and we have got one case statement. What it is saying, country in NM, comma, MO. Then we need to make it East Africa. Then else region description. Okay. Then we also have one more condition. So this is case statement. So what we have got, the quantity between 1 and 25. If you see the, this is what we have got. We need to implement the same thing for duty charges. Okay. Then again we have got, and what it is saying, exclude gold, iron and steel in mineral category. Not, if it is not in gold, iron and steel, material type is mineral. If it is in here, we need to exclude it. Then we need to multiply total cost to company, net sales. So we put everything in CTE. We will discuss that in further session. We have put it in CTE, then we are calculating it in. So we need to copy this query, go to Power BI, take the new blank report. Okay, we are going to explain, we are going to discuss about global export analysis, the same project. Okay, go here, click on the SQL server and paste the query. Click on the SQL server. You see, advanced option, expand the advanced option, paste the query, and we need to enter the server name. What is the server name? Go to object, click on this, we get the server name. Go here again, enter the server name. Even though it is saying database is optional, we need to enter the database. What is the database? International DB is the international export DB is the, no, let me check it in here. What is the database? International export DB, yeah. International export DB is the database. Then we need to go here again, enter the database and click on OK. Okay, then click on load. Once we click on load, then we can get the data, the complete data, the joining of the data. What did we do? We have joined it. Okay, left outer join, we have joined it. Clearly, we have joined it, all the tables, and we made it in here. We have pulled the query. But here, what do? We get the Excel sheets. Okay, we get the Excel sheets. So let me do one thing. For now, for our data modeling purpose, let me disable data load. Let me disable the new relationship so that once we pull the data, so it won't be able to detect the relationship. Now let me click on Excel workbook and let us get one by one data. Export data, all files. I think probably it is in Excel. Okay, let me get commodity code. Okay, now what we are trying to do? We are trying to pull each and every Excel sheets into Power BI. Click on load. Okay, we pulled commodity. Let me click on Excel workbook. Actually, this is in CSV format. Okay, country, open. Click on load. Okay, now let me go to more, or you have text comma exe CSV. Click on this and click on load. Okay, what it is saying, file origin delimiter is comma based on 200. We only get the data type based on the 200 rows. And again, click on the get data, click on text CSV and click on mineral type and click on open. Okay, we need to get that. Okay, we have missed one table above the mineral type. Export it to, we get it. Okay, click on load. Okay, again, get data, text hyphen CSV, region. Click on open, load. Now let me click on this again. Go to state, click on open and load. Again, let me click on this CSV, transportation. What do we have in here? We can see the data. So we have export mode description. Let me click on the text again, X analysis. Okay, so we got some data from the Excel. So in the real time also we have the same thing. Okay, we will have the data like this. So we need to get the data. So we got the data. Okay, we have got the data. So what is our next step? Let me click on, let me save this file as global export analysis. Okay, in your file, let me explain global export analysis. Global export analysis. Okay, let me name it as project and click on enter. We pulled the we pulled all the CSV files. Okay, so we pulled all the Excel files or CSV files into Power BI. So what is our next step? Any one of you? Let's see the data. What do we have in here? Go to table view and click on country. So we got country code, country description, but if you see column 1, column 2, no, we have some little bit discrepancy. Exchange rate
The
from currency to currency, it looks good. Sanity check. Yes, we need to go to each and every table and check commodity code, commodity, but we have column 1, column 2. Calling fetch international DB. So what he is explaining, in the real time also we get some information from the client or from our manager or team leader. So can you find these columns in the or information in the table? Okay, client is using this table. Okay, client is using this table for his analysis. Okay, global export analysis, total export goods and services 2023-2024. Client is using this table, this Excel sheet for his analysis. What does he do? He go here and he go to insert. He clicks on pivot table. Okay, and he go here. He enters everything. He enters everything and click on OK. So what does he do? He tries. So if you want to go for something, commodity code, he adds commodity code in the rows and again he adds, where is that price? What is the price? What is the quantity? So he got, for commodity, he got the total value is 413126 and sum of quantity is this much. Okay, what does he do again? He multiplies price multiplied by, again he multiplies, okay, multiplied by this one and close the bracket and click on it. So we are not getting it. We are making some mistake. So that's how he goes. Actually, maybe in pivot table, we do not have that option to multiply, but this is how he goes. Or he multiplies at the end of the table, he gets some value. Okay. In the H, he gets some value, 413. Or what does he do? He goes for equal to sum. Okay. And he takes, okay, till here to here we get some value, okay, and close the bracket, click on this. So this is what he gets. So he's doing some manual analysis. Okay, client is doing some manual analysis. He reached BI team. Okay, he want to make it, this report to be automated. So I do not want to create every time, I do not want to calculate it. So I want to see the data in. So what he's saying, I have the data with this column. Can you please compare the database? Can you please look into international DB database and get this column with the description and build a query with the following conditions that he gave us. Then dump that query into Power BI. Then we go for data visualization, report building. Okay. So this is what we do in general in organizations. That is what we do. For now, what we are trying to do, we are trying to get this Excel into Power BI so that we can go through the data modeling part. Okay. We have a task. Go to the import flat files. From here, specify input, go browse, get that Excel sheet. Okay. Click on this. Let me make it preview data. From the Excel, we can get the data. Okay. Modify the columns. No, there is no need of summary result. So let me make it finish and click on, it is operation complete. Close it. Now let me, you fetch these information. He did not mention the table name. He did not mention the column name. He did not mention anything. He mentioned that commodity, country, exchange rate exported to. Can you please fetch the given list of information in the international DB database? Okay, what we do, we fetched the data, the information in this table. So we got commodity, we got country, we got exchange rate. By writing the query, left joins by whatever the conditions he gave, we built the query. Okay. After building the query, what we do, we get this query into Power BI. Then we need to go for the data visualization part. This is what our main motto. But for now, what I'm doing, for now, I have pulled all the Excel sheets .csv files into Power BI for our easy understanding. Okay, as we did not complete SQL, so we are trying to pull the data into Power BI the way we have the Excel sheets. Okay, this is what we do. So material type, we have the material code and material type. Region, we have region code, region description. State, we have state code, state description. Transportation, same, we have the data. What we need to do is, we need to go to home, click on the transform data, and we need to make some changes. Okay, there is no need of getting into the query. Now let me go to commodity. So what do we have? Commodity code, commodity description should be the column headers. Click on use first as header. The first and foremost thing, when we get the data, see whether do we have the data, whether did we get the clean data or not. Simple thing. Check whether do we have the clean data or not. We do not have the clean data because the column headers are missing. Go to country again and click on use first as header. You see NM, which doesn't make any sense. Let me remove this NM and click on OK. Okay, NM doesn't make any sense. Go to exchange rate. So we have now this exchange rate looks good. Go to material type. We need to have it material code, material type. Click on the use first choice header. What he's explaining, NA should be replaced by NA. Where is that document? NA. Where is that? NA should be replaced by under processing. So we can do it multiple ways. Use material type NA should replace it by under processing. Let me close it and go here. Right click. Okay, material type, replace value by under processing. Okay, material type should be replaced by under processing. This is one way. Another way we have by using another way we can also use it in the query, we can use it, or in Power BI desktop also we can use it. We have a function, if else function. If the material type equal to NA, then we can make it under processing, else condition material type. Okay, here we can also use it over here in the desktop. As we have smaller data, we can use it directly in the Power Query editor. Go to exported to code, exported to description. You make it use first choice header. Okay, region code, region description. Use first choice header. Okay, state code, state description. Use first choice header. Okay, transportation, export mode description. Use first choice header. Now, if you see here, now we got something to clean over here. We got global export analysis. Okay, we got, let me go and see total export, some data which is directly coming from the Excel. Okay, what do we need to do? Any one of you? We have discussed. What do we need to do? There are 2-3 ways to clean the data. Any one of you?
Remove
I
blank
think we
rows.
have to remove blank rows.
Yes, remove blank rows. Click on this. Okay. Okay, we have removed blank rows. And what do? Use first choice header. Now we got the data. And see whether do we have, we also have some duplicate data. You see commodity code 1 is duplicate. What do? I right click and remove the column because we have duplicates. Okay, commodity code. So let me remove this. Now let's check the data type. Okay, yeah, ABC text. Yeah, ABC year we got whole number, price we got 40. Okay, let me check. Yeah, 200, 250. You can click on load more and we got the data. Let me click on quantity. We got the data. Okay, let me click on region code. Yeah, yes, it is. Country code, yes, exported to. And now you see unit of measure. If you observe, it is in MT. MT means metric ton. So whatever you see, 12 multiplied by 1000. 12 multiplied by 1000, 12 multiplied by 1000. Everything is in metric ton. You see INR, from currency INR, INR, INR. But after fourth row, we have the capital letter. INR, INR, INR. We have got capital letter. What happened? Why? And also column profiling based on 1000 rows. If I click on entire data, we get everything in the entire data. Okay, INR, load more, INR, INR. So let me make it into, everything is INR. Let me make it into capital, because if I see the pattern of the data, I see everything is INR, capital. So what do? I go to transform, add column, format, uppercase. So everything becomes uppercase. Okay, and export mode, we have export mode, free charges in percentage. We need to go for the calculation again. Material type is FN2, currency is ZAR, some local currency. Okay, now what do we need to do? We need to click on close and apply. Now the data is loading. We have loaded the data into Power BI. Okay, what is the next step? Next step is for data modeling. Okay, in the data transformation, we made the data cleaning part. Now it is time for data modeling. Is clean. What do? We click on close and apply. So whatever the changes we make, those changes will be applied in the desktop. For example, how do we check? Okay, how do we check? For example, expo, okay, expo, which is export. The shortcut expo means export. FCT means fact. Okay, FCT means fact. Exports analysis. The table name is this one. Dim hyphen transformation. This is completely whatever you see the dimension data. For example, I want to see the commodity code and the related, for example, just for sanity check, I want to see the commodity code and commodity description. What kind of a description do we have it? Commodity code, sorry, not commodity code, commodity description. Okay, we have got one error. Let me increase the font size. Let's see. Okay, we do not have it. Click on the C details. Okay, what it is saying, can't determine relationships between the fields. Can't display the data because Power BI cannot determine the relationship between two or more fields. Okay, what it is saying, so you are trying to make the pull the information, you are trying to find out for the commodity code what is the commodity description, but what it is saying, there is no relation between the, it is giving us an error or the warning stating that there is no relation between these two tables. So what do? You go to modeling. We have an option called as manage relationship. Click on the new relationship. From table, always remember from table should be the fact table. Okay. To table should be dimension table. So first what we are trying to do, we will go from the beginning. Okay. First one should be commodity code. Okay. What we are trying to do, we are trying to make the relation between the commodity code from the fact table, commodity code from the dimension table. Let's see whether what do we have, country code, commodity. Okay, let me click on save. And let's see whether are we getting or not. Okay, we have got the data. We have got the data font. Let me increase the font size. Where is that font? What happened? You can search by the font. Okay. So we have got the data, but what I'm seeing that we have got blank in the commodity description. So we need to check. How do we check? In the current organization or in any organization, we check the way. Let me show how do we check it. So in the commodity, so let me search for the commodity. For now, let me search for the commodity. So in the dimension, we have dim commodity. So commodity and commodity code. Okay. So we have got the data from the commodity code from fact table. Let me also check the same data in the dimension table, commodity code. If you see, let me increase the font size. Okay. Now you tell me what kind of a discrepancies or what kind of a issue do we have the commodity code from the fact table and commodity code from the dimension table. Please, any one of you. What I'm trying to do, so we are trying to check what kind of a data existing in commodity code in dimension table. What kind of a data existing in the commodity code from the fact table. There are two ways to do it. Okay, the first way is to go to data transformation. Okay, go to transform data. Okay, now what do? You click on dim commodity, not in the expo, in this expo fact table. Okay, so what do we have? We have commodity code. Then what do we need to do? Go to transform, oh sorry, split column by delimiter. Okay, each occurrence, let me click on OK. Okay, now we have got commodity code, commodity code. What do? I double click on this. Okay, commodity code. Okay, so I'll go for prefix, just renaming this as prefix. Okay, here I'll double click again. I'll rename this as commodity code. Now let me click on close and apply. Okay, let me refresh this because we should not get question mark. Okay, if we get question mark on the query, which means that the query is not loaded. But query 1, there is no need of it because we disable the load. What is enable load and disable load? For example, if we enable the load, if there is a tick mark on the enable load, so that the query 1 will be loaded into desktop. Once we click on close and apply. If the enable load, the tick mark isn't there, which is disable, then this query 1 will not be loaded into desktop. Let me click on close and apply. Okay. So it is loaded. Let me go here again.
Yes.
Okay, let me go here again. Let me add the commodity from the dimension. Okay, we are getting the same error. Now what do I do? There are 2-3 ways to make the relation between the tables. The first way is go to modeling, click on the manage relationship. From new, make new relationship. From table is fact table, to table is dimension commodity. Now what do I do? Now you see automatically it identified commodity
Yes.
code. Okay, commodity code. And if you see, the cardinality is many to one relationship and the cross filter direction is single. Let me click on save. Okay, now you see we have got A1 and it is instant tea. A2, it is instant coffee flavor. A3, basmati rice. These are all commodity. Okay, this data we have got from the commodity. Okay, from the commodity. If I click on A1, now the data is getting filled. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to filter the data from dimension table. When I'm trying to filter the data in the dimension table, the fact table will be filtered. Okay. If I click on instant T, okay, let me remove this. Okay. What do I do? Let me take the commodity code from this. Okay. Let me click on A1. Now you see, when I'm trying to filter the data, okay. Okay, let me increase the font size. This is to understand the cross filter direction. Mazhar, I think you have got question last time. Okay. So this is to understand why
Yes.
we use cross filter direction. Okay. This commodity code that we have taken from the fact table. Okay. Let me give the title. Let me turn this on. Give the title commodity fact. Let me make it commodity fact. Okay. Commodity fact. When I'm trying, this is, let me give the title. Okay, commodity dimension. Okay, for example, when I'm trying to filter dimension, it is getting filtered. Okay, the fact is getting filtered. Okay, when I'm trying to filter the A1, the commodity fact, you see the dimension is not getting filtered. Okay, why? Let me go to model view. In general, what happens? Okay, what is the direction of the data? Direction of the relationship? Expand the properties. Now you see the cross filter direction is single. We always follow the single so that dimension, whatever we filter from the dimension, the fact will be filtered. Okay. If I make it both and apply changes, okay. Now what it is, you see, now the dimension is getting filtered. A2, dimension is getting filtered. A3, dimension is getting filtered. So this is the difference between the cross filter direction, single and both. But by default, in the real time, we go for single. What single means? Dimension table, the data from the dimension table filters fact table. This is in the real time. Okay. The first way, how did we make the relation between, how did we make the data modeling? So we went to, from the report view, we went to modeling, click on manage relation. The second way is go to table view. The simpler way is, okay, now drag and drop it. That's it. Okay. Country code from the dimension country and drag it on country code. Okay. Click on save. Okay. Click on save. Okay, let me go to export mode. Export mode. Yeah. You see that? Export mode, export mode. But what did we discuss? Many to one, export mode, export mode. Click on OK. Okay, we did it for different for the country. No worries. Okay, state code. We have state code. Where is that state code? State code from the fact, drag and drop it on the state code in the dimension state. Click on save. Okay. Now let me go here. Region. Where is region? Region code. Region code. Drag and drop. Click on save. Okay. Yes. Exported to. Do we have exported to? Exported to code. We have exported to code. Drag and drop. Okay. Click on save. That's well and good. Material type, material code. Do we have that material type and material code? Yes, we have material type and material code. Click on close, save and save. Okay. What do we have? Exchange rate to currency. Do we have two currency? Do we have two currency? Let me check. Yes, we do have two currency, two currency. Okay. What did we make? We have it two currency and two currency. Click on OK. Now, if you see, this looks like star schema. Okay. What is star schema? The fact table is surrounded by the dimension table. What is the definition of star schema? The fact table is surrounded by the dimension table and the data goes via primary and foreign key. Okay. The data travels or passes via dimension, primary and foreign key. Okay. So it got stuck. Let me see. So if you want to see the commodity and the state, dim state. So the data, how does the data travel? I'll show that. Frozen white. Okay. And so after we make the relationship data modeling, then we go through the calculation part. Okay. Then we go through the calculation part. Let me open the notepad. Okay. I've listed down the formulas. I'll show that and then we'll go for, where is that? Yeah, I've listed down the formulas. So we'll go through each and every one by one. Now we got the data. The data is clean. Let me click on save this. So now let me go to, now let us create the calculation part. Now here comes the calculation part. Now what is the first one? In any project, what do? We go for data transformation. We import the data. First step, import the data from the data source. Okay. Then the next step is, if we have any data discrepancies, we need to observe the pattern of the data. Then what do we need to do? We need to make the data cleaning. Okay. Data cleaning and data transformation using techniques. What are the techniques? Data transformation techniques. Okay. Then the next one is data modeling. Okay. Once we click on close and apply, Power BI automatically make the relation between the tables. For sometimes if there is a discrepancies in between the data types of the columns, then it doesn't make. Then we need to check manually. After data modeling, we need to implement. We need to implement DAX. Implement DAX for in-depth analysis. In-depth analysis. Okay. We need to go through each and every. So we need to create measures for numeric variables. Okay. First and foremost thing is expand the fact table and see what do we have in here. HS code, there is no need of creating anything. Price, I think we need to create the measure. Okay. Right click. There are 2-3 ways to create a measure. Go to modeling, click on new measure, or go to data and right click on the measure. Sorry, right click, and we get an option called as new measure. Okay. What we are trying to do, we are trying to create a price. Price equal to sum of price, and close the bracket, click on enter. Okay. What we are getting the price is already existing. Okay. The name price is already existing. So what do? I rename this. Okay. How do I rename this? EXIS. Okay. Which is existing. Okay. Which is existing. Same with the quantity. Or I can also make this as global export analysis. GEA. Okay. Global export analysis. Let me also make this as GEA. Okay. Now let us create measures. Okay. Right click, new measure. Okay. Price equal to sum of the column name, which is adds all the numbers in the column. So let me take the price, close the bracket, click on enter. GEA means global export analysis. Okay, we created the price. Let me go to the measure again. So we have quantity. Quantity equal to same sum of quantity. Close the bracket. Okay, we created price and we created a quantity. So click on transform data. Okay. So right click. Okay. So right click and go to enter data. Click on enter data. So here what do? I rename this as measure, global export analysis measure. GEA measures. Click on OK. Okay. We have created measure table. So let me click on close and apply. So the data is loaded. Okay. So what we have created, we have created global export analysis measure. Okay, can we move this up? Now go to model view. Go to model view. Now what do? You click on this. Okay. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to move this price, move this quantity into GEA folder. Control select. We have display folder. What do? What do we do? Now let me enter GEA measures and click on enter. Now you see, now the data is entered into GEA measure, but it is going through. Okay, it is going. It is created a folder. Okay, no worries. Either I can delete this. Okay, this is for creating the measures. Okay, or I can also create the same. Okay, what do? Let me remove this. Can we remove this? Right click. No, I can't. We can remove. We need to remove this. Right click and delete from the model. Yes. Do we have the folder? No, we do not have it. Now let me go here, right click, new measure. Then we can create the folder over here, the measures over here. Price equal to sum of price. Close the bracket. Now we will get the measure into GEA measure folder. I mean table. Right click again, new measure. Okay. Quantity equal to sum of quantity. Close the bracket. Okay. Now we got the price quantity. So I can remove this column one, delete from the model. Yes. So we have removed it. Now if you see, we got GEA measure. You see the calculator symbol, which has the calculation, price and quantity. Are we clear till now? So we created a separate table and we created the measures in the separate folder so that it will not get mixed with the fact table. Are we clear?
Yes.
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 Now, what is our next step? So we need to find out total sales. or total revenue. So what do we have? Let me go here again. So I have created the measure table. Where is that? Yeah, here we have, I think. Is it the same thing? Yeah, this one. Okay. So total sales INR. Okay. What is our main requirement? The main requirement of the data is of the project is we need to get the total sales, total revenue or total sales, or we need to find out, and we need to find out the current month, the current year, previous year. We need to go for year on year growth, month on month growth, and all these formulas should be implemented. Okay. Now what do I do? Now let us create total sales. New measure again. Total sales equal to, okay, total sales INR. Let me directly go with the INR because we will also create the USD. So what we discussed, so we need to the client is from US. Okay, the client is from the US. So he wants to see the values in USD, but the managers are from India. Okay, in Indian managers they want to see it in INR. US clients they want to see it in US dollars. So we need to create both measures, INR measures and USD measures. For now, let me create. So what is total sales? What is the simple formula of calculating if you want to find out the sales? So it's simple, price multiplied by quantity. So I can directly take the price multiplied by quantity and click on enter. Okay, we get some data. We get some data. Price multiplied by quantity. Okay, we get some data. Sorry, we have got it. Then what do we do? We need to check something. Okay, we need to check the value. How do we check it? Add the quantity, add the price, add the quantity, and total INR. What happened? Let me add it over here. Price, quantity, total INR. Now, if you see, we have got the price, we have got the quantity, and total sales. Okay, 1920 multiplied by 1200. Let me check for our normal checking. Okay, 1920 multiplied by 1200. 2304000. Is it good? Looks good, I think. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Now what do I do? Now click on the price, make it comma separated so that every 1,000 it separates the way we have. For example, if you see, so what do? We take like 5,000, 5 comma 3 zeros, which means 5,000. 50,000, 50, 50,000. Okay, which is 1,000 separator. Comma is 1,000 separator. Click on the measure and click on the comma so that it separates. The comma separated for the 1,000. Okay, we got the comma separated. Click on the quantity also and make it give the comma. Okay, we got it. Okay, we got it. Click on the total sales INR and make it comma. Okay, we got it. What I'm thinking, what we can make it total sales INR. Click on this dollar, expand the dollar. I want to make it into Indian currency. Okay, we have different types of currencies under the dollar symbol. Okay, whatever the currencies existing in the world, we have all the currencies. Okay, let me make it into Indian currency. Okay, let me search for the Indian currency. Where is that? Where is that Indian currency? Rupee. India. Click on this. English India. Okay, we also have other currencies also. Other Indian. Each we have state-wise currencies also. Where is that? Let me search. Yeah, Hindi. Okay, let me make it like this. Okay, we got the currency has also changed. Let me increase the font size. Okay. Okay, now you are able to see the currency also. Okay. So we have created the total sales INR. So we also check the sanity check whether the calculation is working or not. Yes, it is working. Okay, we got the data. That looks fine. Now let us go through the documentation. So what he is expecting, the client is expecting the freight charges. Okay, freight charges. What is the formula of freight charges? So freight charges, so he said us to calculate freight charges. But if you see the freight charges, which is in percentage. Okay, if I go here, freight charges is in percentage. Then what do we need to do? First thing, we need to convert this into number. Okay, so freight charges divided by 100. Okay, the first and foremost thing is that freight charges is in percentage. Okay, then what do we need to do? We need to convert percentage into number. We need to convert percentage into number. So how do we convert percentage into number? Just divide freight charges percentage divided by 100. So we get number. Okay, we get number. So what is the next thing? We need to freight charges. Where is the freight charges? So freight charges total sales multiplied by freight charges divided by number. Then what do we need? What do we need to do? We get freight charges. Here we get freight charges equal to freight charges divided by 100. We get number. Then what do we need to do? Total sales INR that we created multiplied by freight charges. Okay, freight charges. Then we get the actual freight charges, actual value. I mean uh, actual value of freight charges. Okay, so this can be done in 2-3 ways. The first way is to create the measure freight charges. Okay, then again we need to create one more measure freight charges to multiply. Okay, what we can do here is we can do it in a single measure. Okay, how do we do that? So if you remember, we have a function called as sum x. Okay, sum x, what does it take? It takes table comma expression. What is our table name? Global export analysis. Table comma expression. So it takes table comma expression. So what I can take? So sum x table comma. So I can take directly total sales INR. Okay, multiplied by. So I can open the bracket. Okay, here I can go for freight charges. Okay, percentage divided by 100. Then we get actual freight charges. Okay, let's implement that. Let us implement that. Okay, so right click. Where are we creating? Right click, new measure. So let me name this as freight charges INR equal to, what is our formula? Shift enter for the next line. Okay, sum x. Click on this. It takes table comma expression. What is the table name? Global X. This is the table name, Expo FCT. Okay, what is the measure that we need? What is the expression? In the expression we can have anything, multiplication, division. We can have two numeric variables. We can multiply, we can divide, we can subtract. Okay, so this sum x is an iterative function where it goes row by row. Okay, x in the sum x or x with the suffix in any function called as expression. What does the x means? If the function comes with x, then it takes blindly, you remember that it takes two parameters. First one is table, second parameter is expression. Okay, we entered the table. Now we need to enter the expression. We already created total sales amount. So let me directly take total sales INR. Okay, multiplied by. So next step is open the bracket. Then what do we need to do? We need to take freight charges in percentage, then divide it by 100 and close the bracket. Close the, click on the tick mark or click on enter to execute. Okay, we got freight charges INR. Okay,
and this is the expression.
Yes. This is what we have got it. Okay. And we have received free charges value. Okay. I can also add over here free charges INR so that I get some value. Out of total sales 34663 rupees. So free charges INR is 1 lakh some amount. So we need to minus this, then we get some value. Okay, let me make this into.
Sir, we want to make it separate also, we can do it, right? Feed charges separate calculation.
Yes, we can
That
also
we do with total sales.
do with totals. Yes. So let me make it into Hindi. Okay. And here the decimal places is only 2 decimals after the point. Okay. So what did I think you got my point? What so we can
Sales
calculate it
into freight
separately.
charges divided by 100.
The only thing is that we can calculate separately. We can take one measure. Okay, we have calculated free charges. That's well and good. Okay, now we need to go for duty charges. Okay, now we need to calculate duty charges. But if you remember what is the duty charges, duty charges is also same. We need to make this into, we need to calculate. So what is the formula of duty charges? Let me go through the formula. Duty charges is sum of duty charges. Okay. Okay. But we have, what do we have? We have the condition. Duty charges depends on the following condition. Okay. In order to calculate the duty charges is dependent on the condition. Any one of you, what kind of a function can we implement for calculating duty charges? Any one of you, please. So we can implement either switch statement, or we can also implement if else condition. For now, for easy understanding, we need to go for nested if for calculating, but we can directly implement switch statement. So right click, and one more thing. Do we need to go for, because we have got some conditions to create, do we need to create a measure or column? Any one of you, please. So if you remember from our previous example in the previous subject, we implemented if else condition and switch statement for ratings, salary. So do we need to create a measure or column? Any one of you, please.
Column.
Yes. So because we are trying to segregate this.
Yes.
Okay, we will create a separate column to understand, to make this, if it falls in between 1 and 25, okay, then it is 0.5%.
5%.
Okay, if we need to convert this 0.5% into number, okay, what do we need to do? 0.5 divided by 100. Then we divided by 100. Then we get a number called as 0.05, 0.005, so that we can directly calculate this. Okay, 0.005. So what do? I go here, right click, new column, click on new column. Okay, now we can create switch statement, duty charges. So let me write duty underscore charges equal to shift enter for the second line. Write switch. Okay, here in the expression, either we can give the expression the numeric column, or we can leave like that by giving true. Okay, true, comma, shift enter. Okay, quantity. Okay, quantity. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to deal with the quantity. Quantity, what is the condition over here? Quantity between 1 and 25, then it is 0.05. So if you want to, so we need to implement and condition. Okay, we need to implement and condition. Quantity greater than or equal to 1. Okay, so we are going with the and condition. Double and. For and logical operator, if you remember, we have two logical operators. First logical operator is OR. If two conditions are false, then the result is false. The remaining are true. For and condition, we need to implement and condition because we want to, it should be So it should be in between 1 and 25. So that is the reason we are going for AND condition. Okay. What is AND condition? Until and unless if two conditions are only true, then the output is true. Okay. What is the condition over here? Quantity between 1 and 25. So let us write it down in Power BI. Okay. Again, quantity less than or equal to 25. So what it indirectly it states, it is in between 1 and 25. Okay. Then it is 0.005. Okay. Next one, same quantity. What is the next condition? Quantity between 25 and 50. Less than or equal to 25 and less than or equal to 50. Okay, we can write quantity either ways. Either ways we can write quantity greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. So let us follow the first step.
26.
Greater than or equal to 26 and again double and. Okay. Again quantity less than or equal to, what is the next one? It is 50.
50.
So it is 50 comma. So what is the percentage? What is the
0.001?
percentage do we have? 1%. 1 divided by 100. How much do we get? 1 divided by 100. So it is 0.01. Okay. 0.01. Again shift enter. Quantity. Okay. Quantity. What is the third condition? Between 50 and 100. So greater than or equal to 51. Greater than or equal to 51. And quantity less than or equal to 100. Okay. Less than or equal to 100. What is the percentage over here? 1.5%. Okay. If we convert 1.5% into number, it is 0.015. Okay. Again, the same thing, quantity greater than or equal to, what is the next condition? In between 100 and 200. Okay. 100 and 200. 101. Okay. And quantity less than or equal to 200. Then it is, what is the condition? 2%, which is 0.02. Okay. Else condition, direct, last, straightforward, last condition, greater than 200, 2.5%. Simple. Quantity greater than 200. Okay. Straightforward. It is, what is the next percentage? 2.5%, which is 0.025. Okay. Close the bracket. Click on enter.
Sir, can you please just recall one step, if you don't mind? What is the meaning of true function, like into the switch?
So either ways we can implement. Okay. Either ways we can implement. The first one is in salary. When we discussed about the salary, in the expression we gave the expression number, expression. Okay. Quantity. Then it goes with the follows. It goes with the condition. There we have only single condition, but here we have multiple conditions. We need to implement and. Okay. Let me also try like that. Okay. Let me also try like that. Let me check whether do we get it or not. So new column. Okay. Let me copy this. Duty charges to. In place of true, I can directly give the quantity. Okay. I can directly give the quantity. Okay. Here I can write. Okay. Here I can write. Let me check. In between 1 and 25. In between 1 and 25. Okay. 26 and 50. Sorry. 51 and 100.
This is the short way.
Yeah. Let me check whether we get output or not. It is 0.2. Okay, I can directly take it. Other than that, we get value. Okay, but we are getting some error exponential. Circular dependency detected. Okay, we are getting some error. Okay. So that is the reason we are not using, because we need to explicitly mention the quantity. So it doesn't take. We need to either we can go for either we can give it the quantity. Okay, okay, we are not able to get back. So we need to mention the quantity. Again, we need to mention the quantity. So in place of expression, what we are trying to do, we gave the quantity greater than or equal to, and again quantity less than or equal to. Okay. Again quantity greater than or equal to, quantity less than or equal to. Here also same thing. Quantity less than or equal to, quantity greater than or equal to. Quantity greater than or equal to, sorry, we are following the greater than or, okay. Here also quantity less than or equal to. The last one is 0.025. Let me check whether it works or not. Yeah, still we have the circular dependency. So that is the reason we are using. So again, you can ignore this. So that is the reason we are using true. True is just like a placeholder. Okay. True is just like a placeholder. So we have got duty charges. Okay. We have got duty charges. We can go here and check. Okay. We can go here and check 0.025. We can check the quantity. Okay. We can check the quantity. Where is the quantity? Quantity 12. Okay. Which is in between 1 and 25. So 0.005. Okay. Quantity. So let me go here again. Let me go to 200. Whether we get, now you see 0.025. What is the condition after 200? 0.025. Is it good? Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Now let me clear all filter. Okay. But we only got the number. What is the next step? Next step is to, for analysis, total sales multiplied by duty charges. Okay. Total
Just
sales
like that
multiplied by
mm,
duty charges. Just like
the
freight
freight
charges.
formula.
Yes.
Yeah. The
But
freight charges.
here in the duty charges itself, I can go for multiplying total into this and click on enter. Are we getting? Let me check the formula again. Okay, sorry. This is before. I'm sorry. Okay, let me click on this and let me add it over here. Okay, then here, then we get the number. Okay, this is how much we are paying. 2.4 we are paying for 12 kgs. Whether it is a what do you say, 2.4 rupees or $2.4. Okay, duty charges. This is what we are paying. Okay, then what is the next step? We need to convert this into, we got this as a column. Then what do we need to get? We need to get this as measure. Right click again, new measure. Okay, now we go for actual duty charges. Duty charges equal to sum of duty charges, close the bracket and click on enter. Okay, now let me go here. Let me add duty charges over here. Okay, this is the duty charges for commodity A1. Okay, this is the freight charges, this is the duty charges. So this is the amount that we have paid for commodity A1. So I can also add the commodity description so that you will understand. Where is that commodity? Commodity. Okay, and we are getting blank. Don't we have the relation with the commodity? Yeah, we have the relation. Okay, let me remove the commodity code. Let me add commodity. All right, what happened? Okay, let me add the material type. Yeah. So we'll see that, don't worry. Commodity, it is text, okay? Commodity code, it is text. Commodity code, text. Yeah, commodity. Why are we not getting this? Okay, let me check the relation, okay? Commodity, okay, we have got commodity. Where is that commodity? Don't we have the commodity? Let me check in the data, okay? Commodity,
I think
no, we
because
do not have it. I think we lost
yeah,
it, okay? So we can also do it. I want to extract R3, I mean the last two letters. So in Power Query Editor, we did it in the previous session, we did like that. So let me right click a new column. We are trying to create a new column. So let me get the commodity code, new equal to right of commodity code, comma 2. We are trying to extract last two letters, okay? Then what do? I go here again. I click on this. You can also change it like this, okay? Commodity code new and click on apply. Okay. Now let me go here again. Let me remove the material and let me add the commodity. Okay. Now we got it. Okay. So we have got the data for commodity basmati rice. So we are paying freight charges 2,800 and duty charges 960 rupees. Okay. This is commodity. What do we have in the document? Okay. Now let me go to documentation. So we have got the first calculation. What they are saying, total cost to company. Okay, total cost to company. If you remember, what is the formula of total cost to company? So here we got total cost to company. Okay, total sales plus free charges plus duty charges. Let me go here again. Okay, right click, new measure. So let me rename this as, okay, where are we adding this? Sum of duty charges. Okay, we need to add it from here, okay, not from there. Yeah, right click, new measure, total cost to company. Let me add total cost to company equal to, what is the formula of total cost to company? Total sales INR, free charges, duty charges. Okay, this is total cost to company. Okay, total cost to company. It is just like total CTC that the company is spending on you. Okay, total cost to company is, your package is $50,000, for example. Every year you are earning $50,000. That is total cost to company. But if you take the breaking, okay, salary breakup, you will find all the list of the attributes that you are eligible for. Okay, now let me right click. Okay, we already created. What is the first thing? Total sales INR plus free charges. Okay, INR plus duty charges and close the bracket. Okay, we got total cost to company. I can also add it over here so that I can see the total cost to company. Font, let me decrease. Okay, now if you see, this is total cost to company. Okay, are we good till now? Total cost to company is the combination of free charges, duty charges, and total sales INR. Okay. So duty charges INR. Let me rename this as duty charges INR. Okay. Now let us go through another calculation. What do we have in here? We have completed free charges. That's well and good. Duty charges we have completed. Total cost to company we have completed. The next step is net sales.
makes sense.
Okay. Net sales. So net sales or gross profit. In other terms, it is also called as gross profit. So let me explain you what is net sales. Okay, in the short form, let me explain you. Okay, I do not want to take much. Okay. For example, you take a tea stall, simple tea stall, small example. Okay. Every day he takes 10 liters of milk. Okay. And also he goes for tea powder, coffee powder, tea powder. Okay. Tea, coffee, whatever he wants to have the powders, he takes all these, and he spends something on the gas. Okay. So by everything, he earns around 2000 rupees every day. For example, he earns 2000 rupees every day. But in that, every day he spends 80 rupees, 80 rupees per liter. So it would be like 800 rupees per liter. Okay. So 2000 minus 800. So how much will he earn? 1200 is the net revenue he is earning. Okay. 1200 multiplied by 30. Let me go to the calculation again. Okay. 1200 multiplied by 30. Okay. 1200 multiplied by 30, we get 36,000. So monthly earning is 36,000. But here he needs to exclude the gas amount. For example, gas amount is 1000 rupees minus tea, coffee. For example, he's paying 4000 rupees rent. Oh, sorry, 3000 rupees rent. Okay. And gas we have added. Tea, coffee, and all those things. Okay. 2000 rupees. So if I go here again, if I take that off, so want to calculate the net revenue or gross profit, minus 1000 minus 3000 minus 2000. So his earnings are like 30,000. Okay. Which is like 1000 per day, excluding. So what, out of 2000 he is earning every day, excluding. Okay. Excluding tea, coffee, and all those things, gas charges, rent, maintenance. So he's earning 30,000 every month. Okay. This is what he's earning. Here also, if we need to calculate the gross profit or net sales, what do? We right click and take the new measure. Let me calculate net sales equal to, okay, total sales INR plus, open the bracket, free charges. Okay. Sorry, free charges plus duty charges INR, close the bracket. Here it goes minus and click on enter. Okay. Now we got the net sales. Now we have got net sales. Okay. So now we have got net sales. So this is net sales. I can click on this. I can go for comma separator. Whatever we are automatically getting. And I can also make it India. So we get it. Total cost to company and net sales Indian currency. Okay. Are we good with the net sales? Okay. Gross profit or net sales. Are we good? All of you?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Now we need to know about the year-on-year growth and month-on-month growth. Okay. Year-on-year growth, month-on-month growth. For that we need, so for that client did not give us any formula. So how we can, I can directly go for year-on-year growth formula. Okay. We got some formula. How do we calculate? To calculate year-on-year growth, subtract the previous year value from current year value, divide the result by previous year value, and multiply by 100 to express. Okay, definition, it seems so hard, but if you see, the year-on-year growth is this formula. Let me paste it over here. What is year-on-year growth? Current year value, current year sales minus previous year sales divided by previous year multiplied by 100. Okay, this is year-on-year growth. But before that, we do not have previous year sales. Okay, we need to calculate the previous year sales. First of all, we need to calculate previous year sales. So how do we calculate previous year sales? So what do we have in here? We have year on year growth. Okay, we have year on year growth, and the seventh one is month on month growth. Month on month growth. So which is percentage? Same. Previous month minus current month divided by some value that we have it. Okay, we can get it. What do we have in here? We have current value minus previous value divided by previous value. So we have it current value, not the previous. I think this one is little wrong, I think. Let's see that. Let's see that. So we can do it by 2-3 ways. The first way is right click, new measure. Okay. So what we are trying to do, previous year. So let me go for previous year sales equal to calculate function. What is the expression? Total sales INR. Total sales INR, comma. What is the condition? Date add is the function that which is used for shifting the dates forward or backward. Okay. I can take the date. Do we have the date column? Do we have the date column? No, no, no. We do not have the date column. Why? We should have the date column. Let me check that. Okay, we are missing the date column. Just a second. Exported month we have, and also year we have. What we can do? Let me go to here. We do not have the date column. Okay, the year. Okay. Where do we have the month? Okay, exported month. We have the year. Any idea? Can we create a date column? Any idea? How can we create the date column? We do not have date column. Okay, if you want to implement date add or parallel period function, we need to have the date column. But in the data set, what do we have? We have the year and we have the exported month. Okay, which is nothing but a month. So directly or indirectly, it's a month. Okay, but what do we need to do? We do not have the day level data. Okay, for example, today it is 28th March. We do not have day level data. We only have month level and year level data. Either ways, we can go for a custom column. Okay, custom column. Okay, so I can take double quotes 0, 1. Okay, and I can take again backslash. Okay, I can get the month, exported month. I can go for one more and condition. I can add like this by using custom column, or we can also go for column from example. Let's see that for going through the column from example. Okay, from selection. Okay, what do I write? I create 0, 1. What is the format? 0, 1, 0, 1, 20, 23. Click on enter. 0, 1, 0, 1, 20, 23 we are getting. But here if you see for the February we are getting little different. Okay, what do I do? 0, 1 is the month. 0, 0, 2. Let me enter and let's see whether it understands or not. It did not understand. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 3, 20, 23. Click on enter. Yeah, it did not. Again, let me enter 0, 1. Why isn't it understanding? 0, 4, 20, 23. No, it is not understanding. Let me click on from selection. Let us go by the not from selection. Conditional column only. Okay. Let me take the exported month contains Jan 01. Okay. Let me take one more. Exported month contains Feb 02. Again, exported month contains or equal to contains March 03. Okay. Let me take one more clause. Exported month contains. Why I'm taking contains? Because I can enter 2-3 letters. Okay. March, April 04. Okay. Let me take one more clause. Exported month contains April, May 05. Okay. Let me add few more. Exported month. Exported month. Exported month. Exported month. So I can take contains May, June, July, August, September. Okay. June 06, 07, 08, 09. Let me click on this again. Exported month, September contains. Okay. October, November, December. Okay. 10, 11, 12. Okay. So here I can go for month number. Okay. I can click on OK. Now I've got month number. Okay. Now I have got month number. I can delete this. Okay. Add custom column. I can pull it down. Okay. Now I can go for this. Okay. Did we get any error? Okay. Let me make some changes to custom column. Here exported month. Let me take the month number. Okay. Click on OK. Now we have got again, still we have got month number. Let me make it into a whole number. Still we are getting, let me check the error. Okay. Operator, we cannot convert. Okay, let me do one thing. Now I can go for column from example. Okay, is that fine? Now I can go for column from example. Let me move this till the year so that I can select these 3 columns. Okay. Year, month number. Yeah. Month, year from selection. So what I'm trying to do add is 01, 01, 2023. Click on enter. 01, 01. For here, let me add 02. Okay. 03, 04. You see. Now you see May, June, July, it is getting added. Okay. 24. Yeah, it is also working fine for 24. What I can do, I can make this as date column. Click on OK. Okay. So what we have got, this is what. If I click on the setting, okay, we are not getting, I don't know why we are not getting. Let me click on close and apply. So we created a date column. Okay, it is loading. Let's see that. So it loaded. So let me go to date column, but this date column is not in this date column is not it is in a text format. Let me make this into date format. Let's see whether we can make it or not. Okay, this has been changed into date format. We have also got date hierarchy, year, quarter, month, day. Okay, okay, let me click on refresh. Okay, now let me go to the previous year sales. Now I can add add date column. Yes, we have got the date. Make it date, comma, number of interval -1. What we are trying to take in the interval, let me go for taking year and click on OK. So now we got previous year sales. So we need to check this. How do we check this? Okay, go to year. Let me take the year. Okay, take the table format. Do not summarize. Okay, don't summarize. Let me add total sales INR and previous year sales. Are we getting previous year sales? I think we are not getting previous year sales. 15. We are not getting previous year sales. Why? We have only got the normal number, and also we are not getting the same. We are getting the same value, the total sales INR. We'll check that. We'll check that. Don't worry. Okay. Or we can also take one more way. We can also create it in a different way. Okay. Right click, new measure. Okay. We can also create it in a different way. Okay. So previous year sales equal to calculate expression. Let me go for total sales INR. Okay. Here in the filter, I can go for filter. Okay. Filter table. What is the table name? Expo. Expo is the table name. In the filter condition, I can go for date equal to maximum date. I can go for date. I can take the date column as the maximum date. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, I can take year equal to, here I can go for year. Okay, year equal to maximum date. Okay, maximum date, or I can also go for 2020 2023 and close the bracket and click on enter. Okay, let me add this into here. So we have got it. Actually, we have got the value right, 729, 728, 728. But why are we getting the same value for both? Why are we getting the same value? Let me check it over here. Okay. So let me add here. Here. Total sales INR. Okay, we got. Okay, do not summarize. Okay, now we are getting different, but we are getting the same value. I think maybe the. Okay, let me check the data source over here. Okay, and let me replace that. Okay, let me go to transform data. Maybe the data issue. Okay, let me go to export. What is the source of the data? Frontline media. Okay, this is CSV actually. I think we also did the same thing. Text dot combine exported month 01. Okay. This is another way. Okay. Text dot combine. Go to advanced editor, copy this and go here again. Global export analysis. Go here, transform data. So did we implement anything over here? Export. Okay. We have implemented uppercase, upper text. Okay. I can, no worries, no worries. We can go here again. Okay. Click on done. Let me click on close and apply. We have got some error. What is the error? Calculation error, previous here DAX. Yeah, previous year sales is not working. Okay, why? Maybe it is in text, it will not. Okay, now if you see 2023, 2024, the values look same, not same, not same. Okay, it is little different. Okay, 117, 82, 82, 96. Okay, it is different. We are getting the value, actually, we are getting the value 2023, but we need to get it for the previous year sales 2-1. Yeah, we got the data. Actually, we got the data. Okay. So this is one way. 2023, we can do it one way, and we can also implement the date add function for making previous year sales. Now, what do we need to do? We need to implement the formula. What is the formula? The formula is, let me implement the straightforward direct formula. Okay. Let me go here, year on year growth, and let me make it the current year sales. What is the current year sales? This is the current year sales. Okay. Right click, new measure, and paste it over here. Okay. What is the name of Expo FCT? Exports analysis. Yeah, it is same. Why are we getting? Okay, let me do one thing. Okay. We got Expo actually. The only thing is that Expo. That's it. Expo. The table name is different little. That's it. Expo. Okay. What we are trying to do here, we are implementing current year sales. How are we calculating the current year sales? Okay. Max of year, which takes the maximum. What we are trying to do, we are trying to take the total sales amount, which has 23 and 24 year, both values. Okay. And if you see in the filter condition, we are trying to filter the year equal to max of year, which takes 24. Okay. And I can also go for the next year sales, I mean previous year sales -1. Okay. Previous year sales is just like -1. Okay. Right click again, new measure, previous year sales, which is -1, which goes to the previous sales 0, 0, and click on enter. Okay. Now we can directly implement the year on year growth percentage. Simple. Right click and okay. New measure, add it and click on enter. Then I can make it into percentage. There is no need of dividing it into, divide it by the percent 100. I can directly go here and make it into, in the general, I can make it into percentage so that we get it in the percentage. So I can go here and I can add what is the year-on-year percentage? Okay, no worries. I can directly take this. Okay, maybe here, let me make this into whole number. Yeah, now we are got it. Now we are getting that was like a data type issue. Okay. Now you see this is the year-on-year growth. Okay. That is year-on-year growth. We also have month-on-month growth. Okay. Same formula, same formula. Let me take the previous month sales. That's it. So now we are using data add function. You see, let me take the previous month sales. Where is that? Right click, new measure. Okay. Previous month sales. Let me just rename this Expo. That's it. And click on enter. So now we got previous month sales. What is the next step? To get this, we need to get the new measure, add it over here and click on enter. So that we get, then I can make it into percentage. So that there is no need of dividing it by 100. Automatically it goes as a percentage. I can also add, I can go here. So what I do, I'll take the date hierarchy. Okay. So we have the date hierarchy. I will remove the quarter and day. I can directly enter the month on month percentage. Where is that? Month on month percentage. So that I can get for the February, the percentage is something like this. So we are getting the data like this. Okay. Now we have got the total is 9.07. But here, if you see the February, it is 174. So if we need to understand what do we need to do, we need to add the total sales INR, okay, and previous month. Okay. Now if you see here, the previous month, the January, the value is 858, February 23, and the January sales is 858. If we divide this, there is an increase of 174% increase in the sales comparing with the previous. You see, and again, if you see the March, it is 5,84,000 and the previous month is 23. Oh, there is a decrease of 75% loss in the previous comparing with the previous sales. You see, and others it is 0,000. There is nothing. Both of them are equal. Okay. And if you see here, January it is 723 and previous month is it is 58,588. There is an increase of 22% increase comparing with the previous month sales. Overall, it is 9%. Overall increase, it is 9%. So you can go, you can click on this line chart and you can say that, okay, this is an increment. Okay. This is an increment. I can also make this next. Okay, everything is falling under. I can make this in, I can drop this down. Okay, now you see we got the line. What is the increment? What is the decrement? I need to see that in different way. Okay.
Yeah.
What? No, I do not. No, I need to have the second. Let me check this in here. Now it looks good. So if you see here, you will understand it easily. So if you see here, January, we do not have the previous month for the January. You can ignore the January. So if you see here, this is current month. Total INR is the current month. This is the previous month sales. Okay. Previous month, 858. So because January, if you see 858. So if you see the current month, this is current month. Okay. You see the color. I can also change the color. We will go through it. Don't worry. is the color of the bar? No. So every month we are getting columns. Yes, columns. Okay. Previous month, let me make like this. Okay. Previous month, let me go for some other color. Okay. If you see, oh no. Okay. Now if you see, I think both of them got mixed. Now if you see, previous month is blue color and current month is little light. Okay. You can see there is an increase, there is a decrease, there is an increase, there is a decrease. Okay. Month on month growth. Here if you see 15.95% in the month of April. Okay. That is the most increase. And again, in January 2024, 22%. Then again, it is going down, going up and down, up and down. So this is the month on month growth we can see. Okay. I think we have completed all the measure part also. It is completed. What he is expecting, let me open the same, go to quick access. We have the export project. So in the first paragraph in the project description, he explained about what he is expecting. Okay. So he is expecting about the cost structure, freight, duty and price. Okay. Year on year growth. Okay. Now let's see how do we implement that. Okay. So in any project, what do we do in the data visualization part? Let me go with the sub levels. Okay. So in the data visualization part, the first and foremost page, what we show is overview analysis. Okay. Overview analysis. Okay. Overview analysis. So what it means, so the client can see everything in a single page. Okay. Client can see everything in a single page, which is not respective to the expectations. So it is like everything. So he can see the complete information about the project in the overview analysis page. So let us implement the same thing. So what I do, so let me go to Power BI, double click and change the name of the page to overview analysis. The first page is overview analysis. So what do we take? So let me take the matrix visual so that we can have everything in a single page. Okay. So what is the benefit of matrix comparing with the table? In the table, we will have only the columns. Okay. We can add the data into the columns. But whereas the matrix, we can have the columns can be added into the rows. I mean, the attributes. Okay. The attributes can be added into the rows. And if you want to see the specific data by the columns, we can add the attribute into the columns. If we have the measures, we can add it into the values. So this is the specialization.
And what is attribute?
So what is attribute? The columns that we have it. So in the technical terminology, I just said that into the columns. Okay. So let us see that. So for example, from here, so what is the specialization of matrix? We can have the rows, we can have the columns, we can see the data by the values. So let me expand the commodity and add commodity into the rows. Okay. I have added commodity into the rows, and from GEA, Global Export Analysis Measure, let me add total cost to company into the values. So what is the benefit of matrix? We can have a separate options for adding the columns, for adding the rows, and for adding the values. Okay, we have added commodity and total cost to company. So let me also add total sales INR. Okay, we have added total sales INR. Okay, let me add freight charges. Okay, duty charges. Freight charges, duty charges. Okay, we have got it. So we added most of the whatever he's expecting, we added that. Okay, that's well and good. So let me also add net sales, or it can also be called as gross profit. Okay, it can also be called as gross profit. So let me add gross profit into the gross profit after the total sales. Okay, so what do we have? We have total cost to company, total sales INR, gross profit. So let me move this little above. Okay, let me move the duty charges little above so that it would be like, so I can make some assumptions stating that total cost to company minus free charges minus duty charges, it is total sales, and these are all gross profit. Okay, this is, I mean, not total sales, it is gross profit. Okay, so this is what we have it. For example, I want to see the data by year. The columns, I just want to add year in the columns. I want to see the column. So what do? I just expand this. I will add year into columns so that I can see the data by year. So the columns would be 2023, 2024, and I can see total cost to company for 2023 is this much, and 2024 is, this is what do we have, and we also have the total. This is called as column subtotal, column total. Okay, and so I can only able to see the commodity wise. So I want to see it by the region. Okay, I would like to see this by the region. Let me expand the region and add the region under the commodity. Okay, so let me rename this as region. Okay, so I have added the region under the commodity so that I can go to the next level by using the plus icon, or by using the expand all down one level in the hierarchy. Okay, let me expand to the next level. So I can see under the basmati rice, the basmati rice is exported to Asia Pacific region. We don't know the countries. Okay, we don't know the countries. Which country are we exporting? We do not know. So what I want to do is, what I want to analyze is, I want to analyze by the country. So let me add country under the region. Okay, and let me rename this into country, just country. What I do again, I will click on the fourth icon on the visual, expand all down one level in the hierarchy so that I can get. So for the Asia Pacific, we are exporting basmati rice to Hong Kong, cotton and silk to Namibia. Drug formulation, we have, it is BD. BD is Bangladesh. Okay, don't worry, BD is Bangladesh. So Middle East, Turkey, United Arab Emirates. So this is what we are exporting. So what I do, I go to format visual, click on expand layout and style presets, make it tabular so that we get side by side, just like a table format. Okay, so Hong Kong, this is what total cost to company, and this is what for exporting to Hong Kong, this is what the price we are paying, the amount we are paying. So we need to analyze which country has most free charges and duty charges. So that is also one of the analysis. Okay, so this is what we have got. But the thing is that if I want to see the data by only commodity, or I want to see the data by only region, or I want to see the data by only country, how can I do that? Until and unless I go to the next hierarchy, or I click on the plus or minus symbol, we can go through the next level of the data, the way we add the rows, the columns, or the attributes, or whatever the dimension information into the rows. Okay, or we have 2-3 ways. So you can drill up. Okay, or right click, we have collapse all, everything will be collapsed, or right click, expand, only the selection basmati rice will only be expanded. Or if I right click and expand entire level, we go for the next level, only the next level. What is the next level? Region is the next level. So we will go with a concept called as field parameter. Okay, we will go with the concept called as field parameter. You will understand once we implement field parameter. Okay, click on modeling. We have new parameter. Okay, what is new? What is the definition? Add parameters to visuals and DAX expressions to act as variables. Report readers can use slicer to adjust the inputs and see different outcomes. Okay, so what is our requirement? When I click on, when I want to see the commodity wise, I just want to see the commodity wise. Okay, if I click on this, until and unless I drill up, I will only be able to see the data by commodity. Okay, so if I want to see the data by region, only by region, I do not want to see the data by what do you say, by commodity. I do not want to go to the next level. I want to see only by the single region. I want the next step is I want to see only by the country. How can I see that? There are 2 3 ways. We can use the slicer to slice the data that we can see only by region. Okay, now let me click on fields so that we can add the dimension data into this field, into the field section. Okay, let me name this as row parameter. Okay, from the commodity, let me add commodity. Okay, from the country, let me go through the region first. From the region, let me add the region description. From the country, let me add the country description. Exported to description, material type description or material type, state, which state are we exporting, transportation, what is the mode of transportation, and we need to also have the year and month. So I do not want to add that. We will create slicer for that. And what is the checkbox? It is we have, so add slicer to this page. Let it be. We want these to be as a slicer. Click on create. Okay, once we click on that, we get, you see, automatically the code is generated for the field parameter. Okay, what do? I rename this because let us have the same format into the symbol. Okay, into the above region. Okay, and let me make it only to country. Let it be state, and let me make it export mode. Okay, let me remove this description. So name of is the function which adds whatever the dimension. What we are trying to do, we have added the dimension information into we made it into a fields so that we can dynamically make the changes to the matrix. Okay, let me add not only matrix in any visual. Let me click on this. Let me drag this into little above. Okay, and let me go to slicer setting, make it drop down, and in the selection, make it select all. Okay, and let me rename this as select rows. Okay, and in the visual, okay, remove all these rows, remove all these from the rows, go to row parameter, drag this row parameter into the rows. Okay, if I want to see the data by commodity, I can see the data by commodity. If I want to see the by region, I can click on the region. I can see the data by region. If I want to see by the country, I can click on this. Exported to, I can click on this. Material type, I can click on this. State, I can click on this. You see how good it is. Okay, if I want to also see the next level of data, for example, next level of data, what I do, I go to I go to this commodity. I want to see, for example, region. I want to have it by the country also. Okay, I can click on the country. I can click on the country. So let me expand Africa. So which countries are we exporting? You see, Ghana, Morocco, Namibia, Nigeria, East, South Africa, Tunisia. Okay, we are exporting these and we are exporting this. So let me remove this year column. Okay, now we have got, now we are able to see the data, okay, in a good format. So let me decrease this and let me go here. Slicer header, make it bold. Okay. Font color. Let me have some background color. Okay. Only to header. Select rows. We will have the background to select rows. Let me make it little. Yeah. It looks good at least. Okay. I do not want to make it bold, which doesn't look good. So where is the bold color? Remove this. Okay. Now we have got good. It looks good. So let me add the border also. Effects, expand effects, turn on visual border and make this into 10 so that we get the rounded corners. Okay. And let me have the same color as the border. Now we have got, let me also make the same thing. Go to general, expand the effects, have turn on the visual border. Okay, make it 10 so that it will have the rounded corners, beautiful rounded corners. So we got the data. We have this, which looks good. So whatever I select, I can see the data by, you see, I can see the data, uncheck and check. Okay, uncheck and check. I want to see the data by material type, uncheck, uncheck exported to, and you can click on material type. Uncheck material type, click on state. Okay, so we can see the data like this. Now what he is expecting to have some KPIs. What is KPIs? We want to show the overall total cost to company, total sales, and year-on-year growth. Okay, now let me add title to it. Okay, global export analysis. Okay, go to click on insert, click on the text box, and what I do, I'll add global export analysis, global export overview. So I can make it global export overview. Okay. And let me move this, or I can also add global export. Yeah, let it be global export overview and increase the size to make it 16 and make it bold. So let me have it. Click on three dots and move it. Okay. So we made, so let me move this. Okay. Make it center. Now it looks good. Okay, now it looks good. What I do now, let us add the KPIs. Okay, go to, click on card. Okay, what I do is to add, expand the measures, add the total cost to company. Okay, the total cost to company is 44.49 billion, not dollars. Okay, it is INR. Okay, what I do, I expand, click on the measure. So automatically we get the measure tools, expand the dollar, the currency. Okay, and click on, let us make it into Indian currency. Where is the Indian currency? Hindi Indian. We will have an option called as Hindi Indian. Okay, don't ask me whether it is a Indian 1 or Indian 2. Okay, just Indian currency. Okay, if you have got my silly joke, okay, you laugh. Okay, if not, okay, where is that Indian currency? Yeah, Hindi India. Okay, so automatically when we made it into currency, so the format has been changed into currency. So what we have got, 44.49 billion rupees. Okay, 44.49 billion. Go to format your visual, expand category label so that we can have increase or decrease the category label. Make it 10. You see the total cost to company is getting changed. Okay, call out value 44.49 is the call out value. So let me make it 20. Okay, and you see the display unit which is showing as billion. I do not want to see the billion, which is irritating me. I'll make it into million. Okay, 444, okay, 444,88.17 million rupees. Don't worry about the value. Okay, understand the concept. Okay, we can have whatever the value. So it's a fictional value. Okay, don't worry about it. And now let me go to here and let me add some background color. Okay, let me add some background color. Expand here, expand background. Let me add some good looking background color. Okay, it doesn't good look good. Okay, it looks okay. It looks okay. Okay. So what I do, I'll decrease the size. Okay. Now we have got total cost to company. Okay, this is what we have it. Total cost to company. Let me make rounded corner so that it looks good. How do we make? Effects, visual border, expand this, make it 10 so that we get the rounded corners. Oh, sorry. 10, make the same color. Okay, we got the rounded corners, which looks good. I want to see the total cost to company. Yeah, we have the total cost to company. Control C, Control V, so that we get the copy of the visual. So what our next step is to add total sales INR. 444. Okay, what is this? 44,488. Only there is a little difference of the total cost to company and total sales INR. Okay, this looks good. Okay, this looks good. What I do now, let me also add year on year growth. Okay, let me also add year on year growth so that where is that year on year growth? Yeah, here we have the year on year growth. It is 0. Okay, we need to fix this. So we made one small mistake. Go to call out value, display unit, make it none. Make it auto. Make it auto. Yeah, I made it auto. But why? Why are we getting? Okay, let it be. Let it be. We made some changes to the data. So that is the reason we are getting. So it is year on year growth is 1.09%. You understand the concept. Okay. So I think I need to change the data. So I'll change it within 10 minutes. I'll change it. I'll add one more so that you will understand it. Okay. So this is what we have it. I made some changes actually. For the previous batch, I've shown, I've entered some data into the Excel sheet so that the data is updated. So in Power BI service, we have the schedule refresh. So in that schedule refresh, what I did, I added the data into it and I refreshed it so that the Excel is updated. Now what I did, so I've taken the previous file and I've added that. So if you see the year on year growth, actual year on year growth is 30.18%. Okay, this is actual year on year growth. So I'll make this as INR. Okay, so till now we discussed this. So what did we do? We have added the main KPIs. So what is main KPI? What he is expecting? He is expecting total cost to company, total sales, and year on year growth. So let me also make this as total cost to company INR. Okay. Did we add the other measures? Did we add other measures? Let me check. Did we add? Okay, we have, yes, we added that in the previous session. We added that. Okay. All right. So we added total cost to company. So let me decrease the size. I mean, the font. Okay. Let me decrease the font so that it should fit. Okay. It should fit. Make it 8. Okay, are you able to see, or let me, I'll increase the size and let me increase.
Sharat, like we calculated the year-on-year growth previously, right?
Yes.
And created a new measure. So
Yeah.
when you put this in this visualization box, why at that time it was showing like something 0?
Yeah. So actually what happened, so for explaining the power in the Power BI service, we have a concept called as schedule refresh. So for the previous
Okay.
batch, while explaining them, what I did, I have updated the Excel file with the data so that whether
All
it
right.
is getting updated or not. So I added a lot of data into this. So that is the reason it had. So here, if you see total cost to company is 454.90. So total sales is 454.06. There is a difference. Even if we have first 5 digits are same, but in the points we have the difference. Actually, we should see a lot of difference, but understand the concept. Okay. Do not worry about the values. Just understand the concept. So what our next step is to add. So there are 2, 3 ways of adding the filters. Okay. Either I can add the filters on this page, filter on all pages, and filter on visual. So there are 3 types of filters. So what is filter? Visual on this filter, sorry, visual level filter or filter on the visual. The second one is filter on the pages or page level filter, or filter on this page or page level filter. So that is what. So we have report level filter, page level filter, and visual level filter. 3 types of filter. But the only thing is that using the slicer would make the client or the user pretty easy, so that there is no need of going into the filters page and having the filters. So he can see the slicer on the page itself. So now let us take the slicers. Okay. What do? We take the slicer. How can I take the slicer? For example, if I'm following this format, I copy this, I'll paste it, then I'll bring this over here, and I'll remove this, and I'll go to commodity and add the commodity into this, so that I can go to the commodity and I can select the commodities, whatever the commodities I want to have it. What I do, I'll have some color to the header. Okay, let me add some color to the header, background color only to header. So let me go here. So let me take some little light green. Okay, light green. That looks okay. So paste it over here again. Control C, Control V. Okay, Control C, Control V. Remove the commodity. Okay, add the country. Okay, so let me make it just country. Okay, we added country. Okay, not country actually. Let me move this little bit. We need to go by the hierarchy. Okay, go by the hierarchy. So first thing is region. Okay, do we have the region? Yes, we do have the region. Let me add the region. Okay, remove this and just add region. Okay, okay, again Control C, Control V. After country, let me add exported to. Let me add exported to, and remove this exported to. Okay, I can decrease this, and let me go again. Let me add one more slicer. Which one we need to add? Exported to material type. What is the material type? And let me decrease the size, and again Control C, Control V. Again, let me remove this, add state. Which state are we supplying? State. Yes, we added state. The next step is add. Let me decrease some size of the region. Okay, decrease the size of the country, and move it little left, move it little left, move it little left, and Control C, Control V. The last one, I think last one is supplier. No, not last one. We also have the transportation. Supplier description. Let me add the supplier. Okay. Then we have one more thing to be added. One more. Let me move a little bit. Let me move. Let me decrease. Okay. So by arrow we can move. Okay. By arrow we can move left and right. Okay. Okay. Control C, Control V. Okay. So let me decrease this supplier. Let me also decrease the state. Okay. So I can move little left and I can adjust little over here. So what do we have? So we have export mode. Did we add export mode? No, we did not. Export mode, that's it. Okay. So let me adjust little bit. Either I can go here and decrease the size header, make it 10. Okay, values also, let me make it, where is the value? Values also, let me make it 10. Okay, let me decrease a little bit. So I want to apply the same thing. Click on this, it applies. Okay. Click on this, click on Format Painter and click on Region. So that whatever the changes we did in this slicer on the visual, so it applies in here. Did it apply? No, it did not apply. Value. Let me check it. Yes, it applied. Okay. Click, 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 click. That's it. Apply. Okay. So if you want to apply the same thing, same format, we can use the format button, format option, so it applies. I'm just trying to adjust. Okay, I'm just trying to adjust this one so that everything should fit in. All the slicers should fit in. Actually, for others, I've used a different way of slicer. Okay, but here I'm trying. I'm trying the direct way. Okay. Okay. For example, if you see the format, it doesn't look good. Okay, it is up and down. What I do, I'll select all. Okay, let me select all. Is it getting selected? Yes, it is. Okay. Go to format and we can move this up and down. You see, by collectively you can move up and down. Okay, by collectively we can move up and down. We can align it to center. Okay, everything aligns in the center. No, I do not want to go to click on undo the last action. So we have arranged. Now it looks okay. Let me make it. You see, I can make it. You see the red line, which is like it is in the correct format, in the correct way. The alignment looks same. Okay, the alignment looks same. So let me also make this little up, little up, little up. Okay, little up. 2 pixel. So 2 pixel up. But we have little changes over here. Let me move little down. Where is that here? You see, you follow the red line so that it is at the correct format. So we got the first page looks pretty good. But the thing is that we need to have the year slicer, month slicer, and we need to, now we are only able to see the data in the Indian currency format. But I want to, what is the client requirement? Client requirement, he should also see the currency in USD. Okay, first let us add, go to insert, click on the shapes, add the rectangle. So what we are trying to do here is we will add in this rectangle shape, we will add the month year slicer and month slicer into it into a single box. Okay. Expand the style, color, make it off, border, make it other color. Okay, make it what we are following. Yeah, we are following this. Move little above, move little up. Okay, now what is our requirement? Requirement is to add the year and month slicer. What I do, I'll go here, I'll take a slicer. Okay, let me copy one. Okay, no. Let me click on slicer. And from the here, let me add year. Okay, we are getting year in between format. Okay, in between format we are getting. I do not want like that. I want to have it tile. No. Vertical list. Yeah. Let me decrease the size and let me put it in here. Okay, let me put it in here. So let me decrease the size, make it 10. Okay, where is that? Make it 10. Okay, so that it fits in. Okay, it fits in. Now you see it looks good. Let me also add, let me copy this. Sorry, let me copy this, paste it. Okay, no. I do not want to have the header. Okay, Copy this, paste it, move little bit right side, left side, remove the selected rows and add month. What is the month? Exported month. And make this as only month. Enter. Okay. Decrease the size and move this into here in this box so that it will be in the box. Okay, let me remove the border, visual border, effects, turn off the border. That's it. Decrease this so that we will see. Now you see, we got year month in the same box. Okay, year month in the same box. Now, what is our next step? Next step is to have the bookmarks. Okay, next step is to have the bookmarks. So let me explain you about the bookmarks. What is bookmark? What is bookmark? For example, if you see here, where is that? If you see here, now you are able to see the data in Indian currency. If I click on USD, where is that? If I click on USD, now we are able to see the data in dollars. Okay. How do we do that? Let me explain it. So let me name this as bookmarks. Bookmarks. When you practice, you will understand. So implement the same thing in here. So what is our requirement? Our requirement is to create two bookmarks. The first one is INR. If I click on INR, I would like to see the data only for INR. Okay, Indian currency. If I click on USD, I need to see the data only on USD. So what I do in the selection, okay, matrix. If you click on matrix, the matrix is selected. So double click on the matrix and what do you do? What do we do? Name this as INR so that it will be easy for us, okay, to identify, okay, this is INR. That's well and good, okay. We have card visual, card, and card. So let me move this little above, okay. So what is this card? No, you can ignore, you can little pull this down, okay. Double click and make it year on year growth, year on year card, okay. So we can easily identify. The only thing is that we can identify this. Make this total cost to company, total cost to company. Let me make it CTC. Is it cost to company? Yeah, INR. And here also for this card visual, total sales, INR. So that shift select, okay, right click, group, click on the group, and what do? Make it INR. Now we have got it. What is our next step? Next step is to create the bookmark. Before creating the bookmark, what I do is select this bookmark, select the visual and copy paste. So listen and watch carefully. Okay, shift to select. What we want to change? We want to change whatever is the currency you take, year on year growth will be the same. Okay, what we want to change is we want to change the total cost to company card, the KPI, total sales INR KPI, and the matrix visual. Control C. Okay, what I do, I disable this. Control V. Okay, we got it. What I do, I'll just move this little bit. Okay, I'll move this little bit. Okay. Now here, I'll go to data. Here I'll change this, okay, to USD. Okay, click on this again, total sales, USD. Okay, here click on this and change all. Okay, let me minimize so that it would be easy. Duty charges. So we need to add duty charges USD. Remove this. Free charges USD. Remove this. Total cost to company USD. Where is that? USD. And remove which one? INR. Total sales USD. Remove this. Okay. We have added. Okay. Expand selection again. So what do we have? So let me disable the data. So if you see, we have matrix INR. So let me rename this as USD, as we have copied. Okay, USD. We also have this one, make it USD. Okay, sales USD. Double click and rename this USD. What we do?
So instead of INR values, you move USD values. I mean, you
Yes.
take the measure of USD.
Yes. Okay. So what I do? So let me pull this down so that we will have it at I mean, we can group. Okay. So what I do now, let me group this. Shift and select, right click, group, and make it USB. Okay. Double click USD. Okay. Again here matrix USD. We have it. Pull this down so that we will have the first one is INR, second one is INR, third one is USD, fourth one is USD. Now what is our next step? Okay. Next step is to create bookmark. Okay. Click on add, double click on this. Okay. INR. Once again, click on this, double click USD. Okay. What I do now here is click on three dots, update. Okay. Now let me disable this, enable INR. Don't click on this, update. Again, disable this, enable this, three dots, update. INR, yes. USD, yes. It's working fine. Okay, INR, yes. USD, yes. What we need to do now here is we need to create buttons. Okay, next step is to create buttons. After creating buttons, what do we need to do? We need to map or assign these bookmarks to that button by using the option called as action. Okay, click on the buttons, blank. Okay, pull this little over here. Okay, and expand style, enter the text, make it INR. Okay, make it bold and disable and collapse, expand action, enable this, not back, bookmark, make it INR. Okay, let me add some color. How can I add the color? In the style, I think. Fill. Okay, enable this. Okay, green color. Okay, now what we need to do? We need to create one more button. Click on the blank, pull it down. Okay, and style. Let us follow the same thing. In the text, let me add USD. Okay, make it bold. And what we need to do? Fill, enter, USD. What we need to add? We need to add some other colors. Okay, yeah, it looks good. Enable, disable, collapse this, enable, expand action, click on bookmark, click on USD. Oh, perfect. What we need to do here is now we need to click on, now we are able to see the data in dollar. Let me click on INR. Now you see, click on USD. Oh, beautiful. INR. Yes, we are able to see it in INR. Click on USD. Beautiful. We need to make some changes. Okay. We need double click and adjust. Adjust whatever the color we want to add it, we can adjust. Okay. This is about the bookmarks. And we can implement. So till now we have discussed about the overview page. So the client comes here into this page and he can see everything in terms of values. So no visualization, he can see it in a matrix format. So he can go for the slicing the data and he can apply the bookmarks. I mean, he doesn't know, client doesn't know what happens in the backend. But if he clicks on INR, he will be able to see the data in INR, and USD, he can see that. The next step is, so what is the project? What he's saying that, so he wants to see the data. He wants to have the top performing region supplier contribution. So he wants to have it year on year growth. Okay, month on month growth. So before directly implementing year on year growth or month on month growth, we have So most of our projects in the organization depends on the trend line. Okay, trend line analysis. What is trend line analysis? Okay, so the next page is trend line analysis. What is trend line analysis? If you want to analyze the data by daily, monthly, quarterly, okay, yearly, we go for creating a line chart. Either we go for line chart. For example, if we want to implement the secondary y-axis or line y-axis, we go for line and stacked chart. Okay, line and stacked chart. What do we have? Let me check the exact name of the visual. Line and stacked column chart. Okay, line and stacked column chart. So what do we get? Why we only take line? Why don't we take line chart? For example, in the line chart, what do we have? We will only have the x-axis, okay, and y-axis. And we also have legend or some other column so that we can add parameter into the legend so that we can see the data. But in line and stacked column chart, okay, stacked column chart, we will have x-axis, okay, x-axis, and we will also have line y-axis. What we can do here is in the x-axis we can add the date column, date hierarchy, okay, date hierarchy. In the line y-axis I can add, we will also have one more secondary y-axis. Let me see what do we have in here. So let me click on line and stacked column chart. Let me expand this. Okay, let me expand this. So if you see here, we have x-axis, column y-axis, and line y-axis. We have three. So we have column y-axis. So in the column y-axis, I can add total sales. In the y-axis, I can add gross profit. So that I can monitor what is the total sales. At the same moment, I can also monitor gross profit. Okay, let's see that by example. So what is the main thing? In the x-axis, I can add the date column. Where is the date? I can get the date from the fact table. I can directly add the date hierarchy into it. So let me remove the day-wise analysis. In the column y-axis, we can add the total sales INR. Okay, where is that total sales INR? Go to expand measure, and I can add total sales INR into column y-axis. Okay, now well and good. I want to track. Okay, for example, if I take line chart, why don't we take the line chart? We have x-axis, we have y-axis, and secondary y-axis, but we will not be able to. We can only see the line. Okay, we will not be having any bar into it. We will not be having the bars in the line chart until and unless we go for line and bar chart, line and stacked column chart. We will able to see the bars also, how the sales are performing. So in the line y-axis, I can add the gross profit INR, so that I can get the line over the bars. Okay, what is column y-axis? This is bar. Okay, we get the bar. But if I make this into line chart, we will only be able to see it in the line. No bars at all. Okay, no bar. We can only able to see the data in the. Okay, we can only able to see the data. So the color has got mixed. But if I make it into the bar chart, in the line and stacked column chart, we will be able to see it in, where is, yeah, we will be able to see it in the bars. by using column chart, column y-axis. Now what is our main motto? The next step is to add column legend. Okay, so let me rename this as trend line analysis. From this, let me copy this. Okay, let me copy the first this normal visual. Okay, so that I can implement, I can have the same name over here, global export analysis, global export trend line analysis. So I can add trend line analysis. Okay, trend line analysis. Let me increase. Okay, now we have got it. Control A, make it center. Okay, we got trend line analysis. And for this, let me apply the visual border. Where is that? Go to effects, visual border, turn this on, and color, make it little, make it round corner into 10. Okay, we added this. Now it looks well and good. What I do, I go here again, I'll add all these, shift select, because I want to have these slicer into my book, this page also. Okay, we will discuss this sync slicer little later. Okay, we will discuss this sync slicer little later. So we added all this. So what I do, let me select all and let me pull little. Okay, let me pull the little down. Okay, so let me pull little up. Okay, let me increase the size. Okay, we have increased the size. Now what we need to do, we need to do the same thing. We need to have the same select criteria, select rows. Okay, and let me add it over here. Don't sync. For now, let me make it don't sync. So here, if I change anything, commodity, it should change. We need to get it like that. Okay, what I do in the column legend, let me add parameter. Where is that? Row parameter, add the parameter. Now if you see whatever I select commodity, now we will be able to see the data by commodity. Now you see, let me click on this, go to next level hierarchy. Now you see, we have got instant T, okay, Q1, 27 some value. And you can also see the gross profit is 124,666. Okay, you see the gross profit line is increasing. You see, if you see here, there is a drastic change in Q1. Okay, 2024 Q1, there is a huge increase in the gross profit. Okay, you see 160, there is a huge increase in the gross profit. What I do now, so I can change the name. I can change the name of this. Go here again, format visual and marker. Let me make some changes. Let me have the marker and let me also have the values. Shall we have the values? Enable the data label so that we can see the value. Okay, what is the value? 12.5. Okay, not 12.5. Okay, 1.2. 1.6, yeah, 1.6 million is the gross profit and 2.8. So what I do, total label, if I turn on the total label, we will see out of 4.5 to 1.6 million is the gross profit. Okay, 2.8 plus 12.5. Okay, this is 4.25. Okay, that is what. Is it the same thing? I think, I mean, we also have one more. Okay, so we can add, let me increase the series. No, we do not want that. Okay, this is what we can add it. We can observe the data. Okay, zoom slider, I can add, I can drag down and you can see that we have it for commodity gold, we have 21. But the thing is that if you remember from our export, okay, what they are saying, exclude. Okay, exclude, exclude gold, iron and steel from the analysis where it falls under mineral category. Either I can make it into another category, or I can go to transform data and I can directly exclude it. Exclude from the data. We can directly, there are 2-3 ways to exclude it. I can go to commodity. Okay. I can filter out, I can uncheck iron and steel, gold, so that we will not be able to see the data and close and apply. No, I do not want from the data level. I do not want to see. What I can do here is either I can create if else condition. Okay. For the commodity, I can create if else condition, and I can create one more calculated column stating that which is not available, or I can make it blank. Okay. For now, what I do, I uncheck. Okay. I'll uncheck gold and iron and steel. Okay. And I can close this, or we can also do this. We can also take, where is that, unfilter, go to add column, conditional column. What I do, if the column name is commodity code equal to, sorry, let me make it contain. Okay. Contain gold. Okay. Make this as mineral category. Okay. Mineral category. And one more add clause, commodity contains iron. Okay. Contains iron. Same mineral category. Okay. In the else, what I do, I'll go for the column. What is the column? Commodity is the column, and click on OK. Now, if you see, oh, gold, we are getting this. Okay. The only thing is that it is case sensitive. So what we need to do, we need to add gold, and here also iron, and click on OK. Mineral category, we got mineral category. What I do, I'll make it capital letter. So there are 2-3 ways to make it capital letter. So I can directly give mineral category over here, or I can go to format and make it caps. But let me follow the standards. Mineral category. Okay. Then I can make it, double click on this, and I can go for commodity new, and I can click on this and click on go to home, close and apply, so that we can ignore this. So the client will ignore this. So the data is loaded. So the client will ignore this. Okay. If you see here commodity, so I'll add filter on all pages. What I do, from here, I'll go here, commodity new, I'll add it. And what I do, I select all and uncheck mineral category. Now you see, and what I do, I'll hide this filter. So the client will not be in the Power BI service, the client will not see this filter. Okay, now you see, we will not be having, now if you see, we will not be having the mineral category commodity. Okay, this is another way. Now you can see, I can go here commodity, I can take this off and I can go to region. Okay, if you see here for region, what is this region? Okay, the region Middle East, Europe, there is a huge increase in the gross profit. This is a trend line analysis on the gross profit. What I do, I go here overview, and either we want to have this, we can have it, or we can also have this year, month. Okay, this one, Control C, go here trend line analysis and Control V, so that we can have this in our data set. Okay, we have it. Okay, I'm gonna give you one assignment. Okay, what do you do on the fly? Let me explain you. Okay, what I do, hide this. First you copy this, Control C. Okay, hide this, Control V. What do? You go here, total sales, INR, click on this. Where is that total sales USD? Add this. gross profit. I think we haven't added gross profit USD. What do? You multiply it with 0.012 so that you get gross profit USD. So here what do? You click on add, make it. Let me add TR, trend INR. Okay, one more. Double click, trend USD. Okay, what do? You come here. Okay, trend INR, yes, trend INR. Trend INR, you click on this, sorry. You click on this update. Okay, let me move this little above. Okay, and enable this, disable. Okay, you go here. Oh, sorry. Okay, you go here, update. If I click on USD, yes, we are able to see the data in USD. If I click on INR, yes, we are able to see it in INR. What do? Your work is to create the INR two boxes, two blank. Go to insert, click on the button, click on the blank, and you map it. I already, so your work, I have completed half of your work. Okay. You just create gross profit USD. You multiply that gross profit INR with 0.012. You get, you name it as gross profit USD. Then you add it over here. Okay. Are you good? Are we good?
Yes. To be honest, well, I'll try my level best. The thing is that it's very tricky. The work is not hard, but the slides are very tricky. You know, I don't know how to express. But okay, my question is that what about the line chart? Create a line chart. How do we create the line chart? Like,
You can, what do? Let me do. You right click, make it duplicate, click on this, go to visualization and click on line chart. That's it. The only thing is that in the lines, we will not get the bar. Okay. So we will get only the line. Okay. Only lines. Commodity. If you click on commodity, you get the line. Okay. The only
I'll
thing.
try my level best. I'll try to do it. If not, so you can please help us.
Sure, sure, sure. I'll help you. All right. But the only thing is that we have the data which looks same. So that is the reason we can't find out the difference between the gross profit and total sales. I'll try that. I'll try making some changes to the data to get the difference in total sales and gross profit so that we can observe what is the gross profit, what is the total sales. Okay. Let me remove this for now. Now, what is our next step is to find out. Next step is to work on the year-on-year growth. What is our next step? Next step is to work on year-on-year growth. We want to show the data in year-on-year growth. Okay. Same, let us get the same line and column chart. Okay. We get the bars like this. Both of them are same. Both of them are same. But let us get this. Okay. What I do, let me uncheck the go to view. Let me uncheck bookmarks selection. Okay. Now it is so we can directly add it. There is no need of worrying about the bookmarks. Now let us straightforwardly get into, let me make it year on year growth. Year on year growth in the bracket, let me add percentage and enter. What I do from here, let me get this, let me copy this, paste it over here. Okay. Double click and let me make it year on year growth. Okay. Year on year growth percentage. Okay. Let me pull this down year on year. Yeah. Now it looks good. Here, let me add in the x-axis. Either we can add in the x-axis, either we can add the date column or we can add the parameter. Okay. How beautiful it is to add, to use the parameter. You see, let me add parameter into x-axis. Okay. In the y-axis, in the column y-axis, what do we need to do? What is the main purpose of what is the formula of year-on-year growth? Previous year minus current year divided by previous year. We can't directly add previous year direct data into it. What do we need to do? We need to add, expand this previous year. Where is the previous year sales? Previous year, add the previous year sales. Okay. Current year, where is the current year sales? Add the current year sales. You see in the column y-axis what I'm trying to do. I am adding previous year sales, current year sales into column y-axis. In the line y-axis, what I do is I can add year-on-year growth so that the line y-axis, we get the line above the bars. You see, we get the line above the bar. Now what do we need to do? We need to go. Now what do we need to do? We need to go format your visual, add the marker, and data labels so that we can see the data, what is the percentage, and where is that? Where is that? Where is that? Did I miss anything? We need to have the bar, the legend, not legend, x-axis, y-axis, secondary y-axis. We need to get, yeah, we got the data label. Okay, now display unit, let me add the display unit. Okay, display unit is auto, let me make it into million so that we will see the data in million. Okay, that's well and good because in the billion we can't identify. Okay, what I do from the trend line, let me copy this. Okay, okay, now it comes the concept called as sync slicer. Okay, now I can explain you the sync slicer. The name itself says sync slicer. Okay, sync slicer. What is sync slicer? For example, the client applied one filter. Okay, client applied, client filter. Okay, in first page. So what he is expecting. So we regularly get this kind of requirement from the clients or from the finance manager stating that it should be when I apply filter or slicer in the first page, it should apply throughout all the pages in the report. Okay. Throughout all pages in the report. So it is like report level filter. So that we have two ways. First way is use sync slicer so that thus by using sync slicer, the client gets to know that I applied a slicer in first page so that everything that slicer is applying in all the pages. Okay, but by using filter on all pages, he needs to expand the filters pane and he needs to apply that. So that is the drawback between sync slicer. What I do, I click on in the view, we have an option called as sync slicer. Okay, if I click on this, we have the page name and we have sync, and do we need to see the visibility or not? I want to see this. I want to see this. I want to apply this. Okay. Let me also click on this. What these two options are like, I want to apply this and I want to see the visual. Okay. For example, we did not have any visual in any slicer in year-on-year growth. Now you see we have got this slicer added. Okay. Now we have got slicer added. Okay. Let me click on this again and add it in the year-on-year growth and trend line analysis. So I want to apply this slicer. Now you see, add it, apply it. Click on this, add it, apply it. Okay. Click on this. Add it, apply it, add it, apply it. Click on this. Add it, apply it. Click on this. Click on this. So that, for example, you see region Middle East is applied in the trend line analysis, but there is no filter in here. If I go to year-on-year growth, now you see the filter region is applied. You see, this is called as sync slicer. Whenever I am trying to apply whenever I am trying to filter in a single page, in a page, that filter should apply throughout the pages. This is called as sync slicer. For example, if I clear this, okay, and I go to trend line analysis, now you see it got cleared. This is called as sync slicer. We can see the visual and we can have it available. Let me go here again and let me add the same. Okay, click on this, shift select, shift select, shift select. Oh, sorry. Shift select, shift select, control C, year on year growth, control V, so that we can get it. I'm saying don't sing. Okay, this is what we have it in the year on year growth. Now let me disable this. Now if you see, let me make some changes. Shall we make some changes to the coloring? Okay, so that we can get some good color. Okay, so what I do, where I can find the color, let me type the color. Okay, I think that would be in the columns. The columns, x-axis. No, not in the x-axis. In the columns, yeah, in the columns, yeah. If you see series, we have all previous year, okay. And let me make this color, okay. Yeah, current year. Let me make this color. You see how beautiful it is. Now what I do, I'll get this trend line analysis, select rows, copy this, paste it over here. Okay, okay, let me click on sync. Okay, now you see region, you see the previous year it is 1.1044 million and the current year is 103. There is an increase of 25% for region Africa. Year on year growth is 25%. For America, okay, this is current previous year. This is current year. This is previous year. This is current year. You can also see the legend over here, current year, previous year, and year on year growth. Okay, for America it is 26.46% increase. Okay, the previous year is 639 million and 808 million. For Middle East there is a 20, and overall if you find, you see Africa and America are the topmost. We can observe that Africa and America are the topmost. We have got the most sales. Most of the products are being exported to Africa and America, and we are also getting more profits. You see, more profits. The year-on-year growth is good comparing with other. Okay, because if you the sales are good and the year-on-year growth is good. Here, if you see Middle East, the sales are okay, but more year-on-year growth. Okay, we can observe like this for year-on-year growth. Are we good? Okay, Africa and America are